very good at team fighting. How about we make it a 1v1 5 times?
It's becoming an SRG special, right? I mean, every time Cram and Humes finds a way to get to the back line, it's almost 100% guaranteed win for SRG on the turnaround.
Yeah, it's definitely it's an interesting way that they've been approaching the games, and I think a lot of people have been saying it's more of them getting lucky or they've been throwing the beginning of the game, but I still have in my gut, I still feel like SRG's okay with losing that early game. And we've seen a lot of champions in the past be okay with losing early game. This snapback was maybe a little bit risky, letting it get to 7, 8, or 9K, but a lot of teams are okay with letting that gold lead escape until the first or second Lord, you know? And then first Lord, 8 to 10 minutes, that rubber band happens, and now it's okay, we're back in control. So SRG's been playing for those mid to late game power spikes, and there's nothing wrong with that. So many amazing teams have played that same exact way.
Speaking of which, do you know SRG? They meet Ferry. Gaming meets luxury. Luxury meets gaming. Ferry's first. M662 watches, a special jewelry collection for Jushin and Mia, and brand new champion rings and medals. Which honestly, the medals look pretty good, by the way. I'm trying to do the Japanese style. M6 Suisu watches. It's on the ad, all right? It's on the ad. I got the watch. I got the ring. I got the bling.
You just need a pendant now, right? Did you make your mythic? Right?
I am mythic. I am mythic.
Okay, so you gotta get your pendant. If you guys hit mythic, they have mythic pendants available as well.
And oh no, is it not here? Did they not give it? Oh well, whatever. Fuel your game with Hello Panda Crunch Biscuits filled with creamy chocolate or strawberry, the ultimate snack to keep you energized. Level up your day and visit Hello Panda's website for more. Heck, you know what? We need to hit that website up because we need more of that.
I definitely need more.
I think Trex ate the Hello Panda.
No, they haven't showed up yet. I will eat them once they get here. But,
no, you know what? I feel like it's partly our fault. Maybe we took a little bit more than we were supposed to.
You brought the bowl out the other day. Did you bring a bowl again?
Something told me that that I was not gonna have to use it, so I didn't know. Talk about the game? Yes, let's talk about the game. Speaking of Magic Chess Go-Go, the game, a multiplayer strategy game now soft launch in Malaysia and Singapore. Pre-registration is now underway for other APAC regions. And I gotta say, Magic Chess Go-Go, honestly, I've been playing it in just one day. I went from Warrior, now I'm Grandmaster. I know on the BM desk, Adin has been grinding as well. Personally, for me, I love the Northern Vale one. It's like Carrie's passive, and it's incredible. So, shout outs Magic Chess Go-Go. I personally am gonna invest more time onto that.
You know
it's gonna be an esport, trust me.
And there's no need for fast fingers. So strategy and luck are your keys to victory. Team up with your favorite heroes and also strategize with your friends wherever and whenever. Put your strategies to the test and outsmart your opponents and claim the ultimate victory.
That was clean.
I've been outsmarting quite a lot of people.
Have you?
I have a over 94% top 4 rate.
Ooh.
Oh. How many games have you played?
3. 19 or 20 or something like that.
Nice.
By the way, can you imagine? I played like 12, 13 games, and it barely hit my battery. That's how optimized the game is.
Wow.
On a single,
what phone were you playing on?
On the RG, on a single charge. I can play like 12, 13 games, and I was like, wait, I still have more. I still don't have to charge. I'm like, oh. It could be the RG, it could be the well-optimized game, but either way, I'm a happy man. Speaking of a happy man, I was happy that SRG won, but that was close. Now, Trex, can we imagine that is SRG when they're losing by 5,000 gold?
Imagine if they're only losing by 2.
Imagine if they win by 5,000
yeah,
gold.
or if they're up by 5,000 gold.
Oh, wait, I have imagined that. That was during the Swiss stage, and then they got comebacked. Right.
So they actually have to be behind.
Have to be
it's
behind.
all part of the plan.
Because when they're ahead, bad things happen.
You know what else is cool?
What's
Innocence cool? Bruno. Still 100%.
Still 100%.
Now out of 4
true.
games.
Now, we were able to talk to Keskew, the coach coming in from RRQ. Let's see what he thinks about Selangor Red Giants coming into this matchup where the Giants search for identity. This is Keskew's quote. Every team has its challenges, and SRG is still finding their identity. They're struggling with this patch because they don't have any particular strong heroes, which makes them easier to draft against. However, it all comes down to their preparation, and we're looking forward to playing against the hometown heroes. And weird to say, maybe Chaos is their identity now, which is so different from MSC.
Yeah, RRQ. They got to find some answers, right? I mean, we are now at the peak. Before we go to Oxiata, one more seat and a hurdle they have to jump through. Playing from behind now with SRG in the lead. I know you're excited for Malaysia as well. There's a lot of excitement for both teams out in the crowd behind us. Felt like an earthquake for a moment while the teams were fighting it out and the turnaround happened from SRG.
Yeah, I'm at a point where I think, I like how we keep saying SRG's chaos, but also there's still some, I'm a strong believer there's some methodicalness to what they're doing, you know?
Controlled chaos.
Like maybe it got a little out of hand there with the gold lead getting to 8 to 9K, but their composition, like I think they knew their win con, it wasn't going to be early game, right? They knew laning phase is not where we're going to win this, but as long as we hang on, it is a guaranteed path to victory. And though it is chaotic in like the team fights, I think their approach to the game is still very smart and genius.
Let's talk about Coach Kesky here, because let's try to get into the mind of a coach. What do you tell your team? Like, what really went wrong? What do you have to change for essentially what SRG did will not happen again?
Well, I would say don't let the rubber band effect bounce back on you, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that went right for RQ Hoshi. Skylar was on fire. I mean, he picked up that Sky Piercer. He was getting everything done, but it's those key moments where you see Sakai's sneak through and create a window of opportunity by distracting several members.
And now, folks, on your screen is the average gold per minute ranking. Aaron Shiki is number 1 with 835 gold per minute, but not far behind. Innocent is actually number 2 with 831, and Kelra number 3 with 814.
That's insane if you think about it, because Innocent, so many games they're behind.
Yeah, they're
when
behind.
These games start, and Innocent is still the number 2 average GPM. His team is losing by 5,000 gold, but he's the number 2 average GPM.
How?
Put that into your brain for a second. How does that even work?
Does he spawn more minions?
I don't know. Math's hard, man.
Anyways, looking at the average KDA here, Skylar is winning out by 0.8. But looking at the gold per minute, Innocent finds ways just to get the farm, plus 36.4. Average kills, Skylar is a little bit higher, but gotta say, SRG games doesn't really go like bloodthirsty kind of style. Not always going for the kills, sometimes looking for those objectives while the fight is going on.
Yeah, I feel like the economy and the gold is not really ever a worry for SRG, right? They just wait for the late game. If all else fails, just stall to the late, find a distraction, and then bounce back. Speaking of bouncing back into the draft we go for game number 2 for the Kings. RRQ Hoshi and SRG, who will be able to move forward. Will it be RRQ Hoshi trying to even out the series, or will it be 2-0 from SRG?
Okay, so RQ this time once again takes first pick, which is pretty still out of comfort zone for them usually. It's been their losing side most of the time, but I think the big switch up here is if SRG leaves the Bruno open, they take the Bruno
Yeah,
this time.
I think that will be the case.
They definitely take the Bruno this time, and then if SRG, maybe trying to bait SRG to pick up the Suyo so they can get the Joy, but I think first picking Suyo is no longer meta in draft. Like, I don't think it loses a lot. The blue Yo's losing a lot right now.
I feel like it's because of the existence of the Joy. That's why people are really considering it. Like, again, Suyo is an amazing hero, but if the Joy is open, like if you want to,
if you ban
that is good. That is good. Exactly.
It's going to be interesting, though, because if RRQ takes the Bruno, that's a gamble SRG is willing to take. I mean, that's why they leave it open with being on second pick. Coach Arcadia himself said that he had no real worry about it just due to proper planning. So RRQ Hoshi will be taking up that Bruno this time around. Will that make a difference?
That's the proper planning right there. It's like, we're going to pick it. That's the proper planning.
So they should be the Joy, or they might have something else.
I think you third pick jungle, because if you pick Joy, RQ could still go the Fred, right? They can still pick up the Fred to deal with the Joy. So now our SRG's in this place where I don't think we want to show our jungle pick right away.
I don't know. I feel Joy Louis for some reason.
Joy Louis?
I say Joy still because even the last game there was multiple counters to the Joy and he was still able to get the job done. So I feel like that's a gamble. I feel like with SRG they're not really too worried about the hard counters as often, and they just want to find a way around it. So I do think maybe the Joy walks. The Lu Yi would be
got the first.
very interesting. The Suyo!
Wow. After we talked about how good the Joy against the Suyo is this a bait?
I was saying RQ's trying to bait them into Suyo maybe by picking the Bruno first, but I'm still a little surprised by it. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Suyo can be good as long as you're willing to finish. Like you have to get that lead immediately, which hasn't been SRG's shining zone, you know, and RQ immediately responds, takes the Joy as the counter, gets the glue as well. So right now RQ's looking clean.
Looking at draft here, looks like they're switching sides where RQ this time they have the Joy and they have the Bruno. What, after this RQ will pick up the Farsa?
The Farsa.
And then Stormy is the one picking up the Odette?
I don't know.
This is definitely a swing that I didn't expect, right? RQ Hoshi now with this Joy definitely can make that lean in their favor. We don't really see anything to really stop it in his track so far. I mean, maybe the Bellerin comes out. Maybe the TIG comes out. Definitely some viable options. Maybe even locking in that Granger here could be a wise decision because they need an answer for this Bruno.
I think we're going to end up seeing since he's not going to pick his marksman here, big chance RQ bans out the Granger. Do we think SRG goes for the innocent Moskov pick here towards the end? It could be a possibility depending on what marksmen get banned out. And just a bit to some comfortability, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, it makes sense. Once the Joy comes in, at least you can peel for yourself, right?
Well, they have an answer to the glue, picking up this Vexana, so they're not too worried about that. But yeah, the Moskov can definitely be a wise play. The Beatrix still up for grabs as well. Maybe limiting some of the gold lane potential maybe on the board for RRQ Hoshi to deny Innocent getting comfortable. I mean, we've been seeing Skylar scale better in the early phase, right? He's just been having a little bit of an easier time, whereas that rubber band effect kind of works more for Innocent as the later the game goes. Cram and Yums are able to find the opportunity. So maybe even giving something to Cram to create that double dive composition that we're used to seeing to capitalize on the mistakes could be what they're looking for the second half of the draft.
I think Cram still gets this Gatot. I think in the end, Gatot goes over to Cram here, which gives them that dive that you want, and it worked very well last game. If RQ doesn't ban it, there's still a chip open, which is kind of, you know, a backhand strategy, something they could fall into. The Lu Yi's still open, and then Marksman, and that's where RQ's at right now. It's like, do we go full into Marksman? I think they definitely probably get rid of the Granger. They take out the chip option, so that's off the map. Maybe they just get rid of any map displacement options and just go into the Lu Yi as well.
I think the Lu Yi would be a good pickup here, right? I mean, definitely could affect this Gatot, the Suyo, and even the Vexana. I wonder if SRG will be able to sniff that one out. We still got to see what the gold lane matchup is going to be as well up against this Bruno. Now, are we seeing the Hylos still up for grabs? Could be something that SRG goes in for, especially on this XP lane matchup or Rome matchup that we're going to be seeing moving forward. Maybe even the Belleric could be coming out here.
Belleric's definitely a possibility. It's definitely a possibility. SRG's going to get first pick here, so I don't think they slot in gold lane right away. I think most likely they go Rome and then into gold lane as their final pick, just to get as maximum possibility counter, know exactly what they're going to be up against. RQ on their last ban. They might leave the Granger. It's definitely a possibility.
I mean, if they banned the chip, they banned the Guinevere before. The TIG is open as well. I wouldn't say that it was that big of a problem in the previous match. It looks like they're banning out the Belleric. They're more worried about the Belleric, the matchup against the Joy. Now, SRG, they can pick up the Granger now because here's the thing. If they don't pick up the Granger now, that's a bit sus. that makes it sound like they have a different answer for this Bruno. Perhaps they figured out, because here's the thing. SRG,
Moskov.
Now they pick out the Moskov, because here's the thing. SRG is the one that said Granger is the counter towards Bruno. Yeah. But our problem is we can't close games with it. So
you know what you can close games with? Innocence Moskov.
Oh, yeah. That's the maniac there. That's the half-man, half-beast.
Now, the last question is the final pickup for SRG with the Gatot. Do they go something like the Hylos to lock this in? For the side of RRQ, though, I mean, with the Granger, or with the Bruno and the Moskov matchup, it's definitely going to be interesting. You're going to have to watch out for the split push. That Spear of Destruction puts a lot of mobility into the hands of SRG, but they have some answers to get to that backline, right? You still have this Joy, and there isn't the Belleric to really stop it. Kadita, though.
Kadita?
Dengan Khalid.
Okay, the Khalid makes sense. I think think Khalid is a good pick against SRG, but Kadita though.
RQ picked this once before in Wildcard. I mean, in Swiss stage. I can't remember whether it won or lost, but it has been picked up one time by RQ. It might have been picked up by other teams, but I know RQ has. This has been a fallback. It is not Rome Kadita. It is mid Kadita.
Unless they want to pull a Warlord and mid Khalid.
Mid Khalid and Rome Kadita. I mean, it's possible, right?
I mean,
either one.
Hey,
either one doesn't belong there.
As long as Khalid is somewhere around mid, the damage is going to be good enough to stop the movements from Slango and Giant. So honestly, I'm liking the draft coming in from RQ.
It's funny because Rins is just digging deep in his bag right now with these picks, right? You see the Odette, and now you get to see a potential Kadita in the mix, and there goes the Guinevere to wrap things up for SRG. How we feeling about it?
First of all, it is Kadita mid. So let's not get too excited.
Yeah, it's Kadita.
It's Kadita mid.
Who's the Gwen gonna catch though? That's a lot of hard targets to find.
Hey, with the right mindset, you can catch all of them. Thank you very much to our panelists and Marco, Leo, you guys ready for this one?
We're more than ready. We're looking forward to that Kadita coming through. 60% of the time, it works every time.
50% win rate is the win rate we have right now.
Close.
2 times it was picked up already in the Swiss stage, I believe. Yeah, no knockout stage appearance, so this is the debut of Mrs. Kadita on the world stage knockouts.
That is the Indonesian siren conquering the seas against SRG, who came back in game 1 and now are once again deploying Yums Guinevere, which came at the bane of NIP Flash last night. Here we go. Game number 2, into the battlefield we go. And I gotta tell you now, when RRQ are up against the ropes like this, when they lose a game like that, something tells me it's a down low situation. You remember TLID?
Yeah, I remember Twisted Minds as well in the Swiss stage. So yeah, RQ definitely have a pattern. Every single time they're down 1 game, it seems like, you know, they take in all the mistakes they made in game 1, but I would say the same thing about SRG. Even when they win, they learn so much from their opponents, and I think they have also downloaded a lot from RRQ, especially in the early game. Petrify, Breath of the Ocean, Rins trying to go for the kill. One more. Almost kill pressure. Oh, the fadeaway. Just one splash of water.
Ya Allah, dapat Yums.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
But just the same, you have blamed Yums. He did his best. He tried.
It's either survive orange buff or die no orange buff.
It's bad for SRG.
It's bad.
Either way, which puts RQ Hoshi now up by about 500 gold. Turtle spawning in the lower quarter of the map. So that is where these 2 teams are looking to post up about 30 seconds from now.
That's a Master Assassin. Oh, spatial migration over to Dyron. It's a crab. That's
Ah,
a
nice.
Severed soul. The curse
Dyron
blast.
mati.
Now electrify.
Anjir, terflying beat. Aduh.
Oh, what is that damage? Just
One
the breath of the
more.
ocean from Rins.
Let him go. Real quick, a look at the emblems there explains why Yums got away with it. But just the same, that concussive blast is also what took away the orange from Sikais. Now top lane 1v1, Innocent versus Skylar.
Whoa, Skylar wants to go in. Actually ends up evening the trade out. Spatial migration cancelled by the Petrify.
Yums taken out here by the Mercenary. He wants one more.
Electrifying beats the dance of Sutsujin as he claims that kill, and it sets up perfectly for the first turtle.
Clean for the King of Kings. This will propel them forward up by about 1,000 and change now. 2 minutes in. Sutsujin clean with a take, and maybe the small camp, why not?
Just invading. Didn't need to use the retribution, so you can actually just go in, get a very, very safe invade, a bit more of a lead. And now it's just deja vu, right? I think for the most part, both SRG and RQ find themselves in this situation in most of their games. RQ are always leading at the start, but then lose out control. SRG are always down in the early game, but somehow manage to gain control in the mid game.
A very templated approach by RQ Hoshi. Patterns upon patterns you see. And I'm pretty sure Kezcute has drilled it into their minds. He brought out the blueprint, just laid it out and said, this is what you did last game, do it better. And what better a start could you ask for? A turtle, a compromised orange, 3 kills on the Mercenary, and now look at this Edok pushing back to Yums and Sikais.
Do it better doesn't even cut it anymore, you know? That was an M5 thing. You gotta do it greater in M6.
Than ever.
Than ever.
Game never over. I mean, that is just One game that they dropped the ball on. And again, the only real L is when you don't learn. And so far, I think the fact that they're pushing the tempo, speeding it up, putting Rins on a hero that can pick off easy targets, Innocent, Stormy. I'll tell you now, even Sakai's come to mid-game, he's gonna hurt.
Definitely. Does seem like right now, I mean, I'm paying attention into this gold lane matchup. It does seem like in this game, Edok is paying more attention to Skylar than he did in the previous one, right? Despite the fact that Granger was winning the matchup. I think now they're thinking, okay, we got a Bruno up against a Moskov. Even if we get to mid-game, late game together, if they scale up properly, Bruno should still have the edge.
That's right. So by sending Edok over there, they protect the early game, they secure the mid-game, and then the inevitable late game.
Yep.
Bruno is, I want to say infinitely scaling, but when you put it...
Basically.
It's almost there. Especially if your opponent has to start juggling Winter Crowns, Wind of Natures, and maybe Innocent doesn't even walk away with, oh, Yums jumping in, thump through, forcing Rins to skip him as well. Turtle here, now we got the dance, there's a knock-up.
Tyron with time plan, pass, could revitalize Stormy, will be taken down by Edok. Rins caught in the bad spot, Cram trying to go for the chase, but it will just be a pick onto Stormy, and then neutral objective for RRQ Hoshi.
It's a man down for the Giants as RRQ Hoshi go ahead to barrel away at the Turtle. 2,000 gold ahead. Turtle soup on the menu here for the King of Kings.
There you go. Another neutral objective without the retribution for Sutsujin. A clean and simple take through a fight. It's always about catching your opponents before the fight. And SRG, I think they're now finally understanding the pattern. Skylar, though, wants to continue to push up top against Innocent. He has to be careful. He has to purify. Doesn't even need it. Dashes away from the spatial migration.
Slide tackle, so useful as a tool. Engaging, disengaging.
Okay.
Stormy spots one, Rins.
No.
Oh no, he gets caught.
Raging Sandstorm Rins, pops in a rough wave just in time. Cram looking for it, goes in for the top, it's only out to the back. SOB connecting as well. That's Innocent with the Spear of Misery. Rins still able to survive.
Cram here, down to a fifth of his health. In comes the EG. Stormy disengages.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Sutsujin is having a little bit of a dance with Innocent and Skies. Innocent sent down below, and they will have to concede this turret structure over to RRQ Hoshi in the 5th minute of the game. Skylar has just been so impressive on this Bruno.
Basically, that's what this 3,000 gold lead buys for RRQ Hoshi. The fact that they can send one, oh, Stormy pushed back by Spear Misery. See, this is the situation I'm talking about. The fact that you're so far ahead.
Innocent full combo. Rough waves from Rins. No Purify, they baited it out earlier. Sutsujin trying to bait out that spatial migration again. Great read on the spatial migration. And now Dyron's coming by.
Oh no.
He has Violet Requiem. With the Breath of the Ocean connects. Now the time and a pass. Won't be able to connect Yums. Can he get out of the situation? Yes, he can. Cold Yums. Staying composed.
Hey, if Rins had that combo, my Malaysian goat would have been cooked.
Is Yums your Malaysian goat?
Yes, he is.
I see.
Who else would be?
I don't know. Skies? Nah, I think Yums has been there longer.
Right.
I agree.
The Sky Prince, though, we got to talk about his performance. 0-2 right now, 5-6 minutes in to game number 2. I think all the critics, all the pundits, all the analysts online are saying this is not the same Sakai, but wait, they're looking to get one here. Oh no, the knock-up!
The Valor Requiem 2 and the AOG connects. Rins goes with the rough waves. It'll be a trade. Edok taken down. Now Cram's gonna be next on the chopping block.
Sakit siap.
A lot of turnaround damage. SRG are looking to capitalize.
The
Okay,
king
Darren
needs to
mati,
go.
nice.
Dyron puts himself in the middle of the Monarch, and the rest of them down goes Innocent. The Mercenary takes him down off cam.
It becomes a 2 for 2. Skies gets their double. They're on the neutral objective. Skylar wants some smoke. Goes up over to Cram. Slide tackle forward. Oh! Almost a goal. Almost.
Can they get it?
Sutsujin baiting it out. Now walking forward. An assassination from the Mercenary.
He had his mark and he found it. The Mage Prodigy could not go anywhere. He committed everything. And now Cram staying alive.
Barely. Just barely staying alive there. Uh-oh. Skies. He didn't use a retribution. He should still be able to contest this, but I don't know if he should. Edok's walking up, and Sutsujin will be the one to claim the purple buff. What's the term?
Grand Theft Purple, baby. He is guilty. 3,000 gold ahead. It's the same story as game number 1. SRG, if you ask me, I think this lineup right here, it might actually be built better to come back.
Yeah.
I actually like it. The chances of this lineup coming back compared to game 1 is better. But watching this game. 8 minutes in, RQ Hoshi are going faster. So will they even find that window?
I think it's a great point you brought out. SRG, they have a better comeback composition. But I could say the same thing about RQ. They have fixed on the errors that they had in game 1. They have a better snowball composition.
Yep.
If they get the lead that they got in game 1,
Which they're working to.
very, very close to getting, I would say, in this moment of the game, right? 8 minutes, we saw a very similar amount of gold lead.
Petrify, oh, rough waves again. Innocent didn't even get the Purify out. And now Yooms pushed back. No dice for SRG.
Yikes.
That's what we're talking about. The Rins played the Odette prior, and now that it's the Kadira, who by the way just picked up the concealed boots, AOG coming through, Rins might get punished,
And he will ready set time! Nice. Finding Stormy in the backslash in him, and Skylar will just go with the balls, with the Haas Claws as well. Now Scram mounted up,
and now
Innocent.
Okay, nice.
Destruction coming through, down goes the king!
Innocent in the midst of it all, Diamond going for slam. Innocent with a blink again, Diamond not able to get the ability, so Jin walking up, Skies with a stun, only onto Dyron. Electrifying beats as Innocent gets mounted up, both going for the wrong or different targets. Skies in the bottom lane, juking away from Jin.
Run, Sky Prince, run! One more! The shutdown by the mercenary!
Oh, Dyron's got to be careful though. He chased a bit far. Spatial migration from Yums, and Dyron just Inibanchanas is it up.
Oh my lord. The Lord spawns here, upper quarter. About 9 minutes and a half into game number 2. The fact that RQ Hoshi are now finishing what they start and they find their marks. Another one for Rins! Stormy goes, let me finish my sentence.
Kila Rins! It's very deja vu to the previous Kadita gods.
He follows a lineage of amazing Indonesian talents, and now on behalf of the King of Kings, he's looking to right the wrongs of game number 1. Even the orange here, Sekai's is struggling to secure.
The orange buff taken away, Sky's not able or didn't need to go for the retribution. And RQ against Skylar, what is he looking at? He's looking at 3 items, almost 4, actually just 2 components too. So he's building enough to be a beast. That's a concentrated energy for Jin. So wants a bit more sustain in these skirmishes. Knows SRG can actually still threaten him in a lot of these dives.
RQ Hoshi knows that they're sharing the core role. There's 3 main damage dealers on their lineup, and that should lead to more than just an inhibitor shield popping here. Oh no, Cram's in trouble.
AOG defensively in the back. Rins again jumps into the rough waves and a Petrify, but it only connects on the Yums. Now the SOD to the back. Do they take it? That's a spatial migration, and Innocence there. Edok walking up.
And they push back. The rest is super. Team and SRG pushing back on RRQ as well. No one goes except Iron.
It's just Innocent, man. He's always on point. It doesn't matter that you've shut him down 3 times, Leo. 2 and 3, now he's building back.
Current net lead for his team at least. Number 3 overall. That's 7.8K on Innocent. Currently has the Trinity, but just the Trinity. Halfway through a rose gold dog. So that should help him against Susujin, should help him against Rins. But the truth be told, that's just an extra layer of protection, because once Innocent finds a window, you've seen it happen at least once or twice in this 12-minute game, he will SOD into the thick of it.
Okay. Cram? Yeah, RQ Hoshi actually don't want to go in on that. I'm going to take a look at the items. Actually, Blade Armor and the Thunderbelt, those are the only 2 items that Edok has right now. He's building towards what I assume to be an Athena shield up against this burst of SRG. But yeah, these targets are still very squishy, right? Because I think Edok has more ways to deal with the Moscow, but now we definitely know why Dyron's been taken down 3 times.
Yep.
It's because he just doesn't have enough physical defense yet.
He's on his way to a Blade Armor, so that should spell disaster for Innocent. Even Sekai has to watch out for it once he, flicker splits, which he, by the way, has right now. I think they're all just posting up for this Lord spawning in the lower quarter. That's still about 5,000, 6,000 gold. Edok spots Cram, push him out of bush. I wonder if he knows. Not gonna fall for it. That bush set up by SRG.
Could have been a Kumar moment right there, Mr. Leo.
Could have joined that long list of Kumars building.
Started
year
off
after
with the
year.
M5 World Championship Grand Finals.
Yeah. What is that currently? Like 6 or 7 dudes on that list.
I lost count, if I'm being honest with you, but Lord will be spawning back in the game. This is the second Lord of the game, an enhanced Lord, 13 minutes in. And I don't know, do SRG want to contest? I think they have enough tools to actually deal with this Lord still, but do you want to play that gamble?
I mean, we've seen them come back from much worse, right? Game number 1 was a 9,000 gold lead. Here at just 5,000, and again, a more comebackable lineup, it should be fine. Look at this from afar! Stormy gets caught by Rins, the full combo, and now Dyren putting Yums here into the grasp.
Oh, good flicker from Yomes to cancel the slam, or the pass, bring back, and it will just be the Lord for RQ Hoshi. Man, Rins has been on point.
That last update on Kadira, the force swing, the backswing reduction time, making that combo all the more elusive, cutting sentences, starting fights from out of nowhere. Stormy couldn't even flicker away. Look at that, 5 kills so far. 4 of those were off of Rins.
Yeah, and okay. I thought Stormy got tough boots for the tenacity, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. Enhanced Lord in mid lane will be able to break the base turret. Raging Sandstorm from Edok.
In the thick of it, now he fights once. Sekai's has fallen. Selangor looking for the clapback.
Innocent walking up, Sutsujin with the damage. Over now, spatial migration from Yums. Unable to connect. Skyler, one last crit is all he needs. Innocent gets back to the base in time.
The conceal, allowing for faster movements, allowing for a re-engage, and now Sutsujin blasting them all. Yums, the last one left. Immortality out, and that's a wipeout.
Rins! Gila Rins! An equalizer from the Kings of Kings.
Satu the score. We have a ball game.
RQ Hoshi with the equalization in game number 2. And just like that, I mean, we kind of knew it was, we all predicted it was going to go all games.
Kadita banget. How did SRG not see this coming? We've seen it a couple of times in the Swiss, but now in the knockouts, what a breakout performance by Rins.
I think we gotta throw it to the panel for this.
I hope they talk about the Kadita plenty. Lafell, Wheezy, Trex, your turn.
Dude, that Kadita worked out. You guys ready for a long day? Because looks like we are, because this is a series. Satu Sama. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
1-1, baby.
1-1.
1-1, baby. Satu Sama.
Hey, nice. But yeah, that Kadita though, we're gonna look at the items because, yeah, Stormy didn't build the tough boots did he? Because there was no reaction against that Kadita.
It was a problem. I mean, the setups were insane and definitely a good victory for RQ Hoshi. Man, the pocket picks, though, that was an issue, even though they weren't able to pull off the victory, and now the Kadita was able to right the wrongs from game number 1. What a series.
So yeah, looking at the boots, it's demon boots so that Stormy can sustain in terms of the mana. But yeah, having no tough boots means you don't have the resilience, means that crowd control is 100% of the time is not canceled out. So that's part of the reason. The only one that really has tough boots is just Cram. Everyone else doesn't. So whoever gets caught by Rins is going to get deleted.
Yeah, and it would have been very helpful for Innocent as well for any moment, because I mean, just that little bit of time that you get from the crowd delay or crowd control gets shortened helps so much from that, and I think it's a good point that you brought up. And you think that, I mean, I get it, early game Stormy just having the demon boots, but then about halfway in at some point maybe swap them out, maybe change it up. Once the crowd control is getting too much, because it's not even just Kadita, it's Edok as well, landing those big raging sandstorms. It's Dyren. It is the whole package of crowd control that RQ brought.
And Sujin on this Joy, which has been such a major threat, spearheading the way with the KDA. Able to get to the back line when necessary. You see not too many junglers, even on the 1v1, can go toe-to-toe with the Joy, as we are looking at some of those emblems pop up as well. Temple Rain on the Joy, able to get multiple of those skills on a faster cooldown rate to be even more effective, and just a total domination for game number 2.
Yeah, and if you look at the timer, it's only 14 minutes, 40 seconds. So maybe this is the strat. Go up against SRG. Don't take too long.
Yeah, I think that's where they messed up in game number 1. There was a point where I think they had a clear route to victory, but they played the safe route. They were like, let's play smart, right? Let's play very disciplined. When I don't think the meta complements discipline right now for early snowball teams, right? We do see Rins pick up the pull yourself together to make sure that Petrify is just coming back quicker and quicker and quicker, and be able to pop it more often. Taking a look at the gold, though, I mean, everybody played their part on the side of RRQ.
Yeah, and again, SRG not really having a chance for that. Because if we look at it, it's actually the turnaround where in game number 1, Stormy was able to find Rins. And in game number 2, Rins found Stormy quite a few times, especially during that Lord fight, making it so that he doesn't really bring that big of an impact in the game. And we know that Joy is strong against the Suyo. And in this game, Susujin definitely shows like that's what happened when the Joy is under-leveled. Look what happens when Joy is over-leveled. There's not much that Sakai's can do.
Yeah, and then Rins, I mean, there were several times when he was picking off Innocent, just caught out of position, right? It was like 3 deaths in a row super early in the game. But the interesting thing, for a while on the Moskov, Innocent was still doing more damage despite being behind. But then the later the game goes, you start to see Skylar pop off.
Yeah, so at this point, SRG, I mean, it's definitely tough. We do have any guesses on MVP? Who do we think deserves it?
Oh, dude, honestly,
Rins.
if game number 1, the MVP went over to Skies with that Joy, I kind of feel like in this game number 2, Sutsujin might get it, because it's time to drop the beat of the Flash with Sutsujin showing off that Joy as well. And we see the 2 heroes being swapped around, both the Joy as well as the Bruno, looking very strong in this matchup.
Yeah, super strong pickup. Not too many answers for it, and we're starting to see it prioed heavily in the first phase of the draft from majority of the teams as we scale up higher toward getting closer to Oxiata, and it's kind of raising the question, is it worth even allowing this to walk, or is it almost worth adding it to the ban table?
Oh, it's very worth letting it walk. I think SRG, the big mess up was picking up the Suyo.
Exactly, I agree.
Directly after, or first picking Suyo, because we've seen the Fred able to beat the Joy.
Agreed.
There's a very clear rock, paper, scissors happening between those 3 heroes right now. And I think that SRG just made the kind of they made the same mistake that RQ did in game 1.
I agree.
You prioed Suyo before Joy was picked.
Yeah. Especially because they had a chance to pick up the Joy first, which has been a trend since yesterday. But today, something switched up. They wanted to pick the CEO, but again, it is a best of 5. Part of the best of 5 is understanding your opponents. Where do their strength lies? Now they see the Joy, they see the Bruno, and they see the Kadita. We'll see how they adjust. But now we got to look at the highlights from Susujin. And from the very first part of the game, it's like, okay, they got Dyrant, that's good. But then Susujin just came in, and then look at the damage, man.
Yeah, that was just disgusting. Just talk about running into a brick wall and a Joy with the beat of the Flash alongside it. Just a nasty combination. There's a double kill right there. Sutsujin on this Joy. This was a great play as well, man. The full dive into the turret for the pickoff as well. And this just really wasn't a moment at any point in this game where I feel like SRG had the opportunity or the advantage over Sutsujin on this Joy pickup.
You know, and if Sekaz was Joy in that last play, he would have got away.
Yeah, he would. He would. he might have gotten the kill.
He might have got
right? If they switch heroes, he might have gotten a kill. But yeah, I kind of feel like in this matchup, we should see more diversity when it comes to gold as well as the jungle as they start learning each other's patterns. Because Rins has already showed up in mid. It's like, yeah, I can use whatever. I got a Kadita. I got an Odette. What else? Eudora? Who knows?
Yeah, just another great game. What was interesting in that one, too, is like typically when the Joy comes up, you see counters, like hard counters, like you mentioned, the rock, paper, scissors, right? The Fredrin comes out, a Bellerit comes out, maybe even a Glue can come out to stop it. But in that game, it just didn't seem like SRG pulled anything to really stop the Joy.
It's a learning process. We got to see how SRG really comes up. But right now, for you guys at home, from the 18th of November all the way to the 29th of December, participate in the M6 Lucky Gift. Join the draw for a chance to win Claw's new Epic Skin, Challenges Flare, as well as Beatrix's new M4 painted skin. This is the time. It's only up until 29th of December. Don't miss this rare opportunity to get the Beatrix M4 skin. If you guys missed it the very first time, I already got the Claude one. Still haven't gotten the Beatrix one. Though the Claude one is that I use my my coins for it.
Your coins for it. What's your favorite? Claude? Is that one your favorite?
I mean, based on rarity, you really want the M4 Prime Beatrix skin, which I do not have, actually.
I don't have it either.
I don't have it.
You have it?
I liked the Yuzong.
I have the Yuzong, and I'm about to have the Claude Prime skin. I did not get the Beatrix one. But now, shifting back into this conversation, because I agree with Trex. There's a rock, paper, scissors, and perhaps whoever shows their jungler first is gonna have a little bit of a rough time, unless of course if you
Pre-ban.
if you ban the Joy, so the Suyo is a bit free there. Yeah.
And we saw that exact thing happen between FNOP and Falcon.
Yep.
In their drafting, they started. It was a big toss up between those jungler picks. So we'll see SRG if they also have the choice now to pick first pick or second pick. I keep forgetting that I can't say blue or red side.
You
with
can.
bells on the
It's just
desk.
like I just have to figure out which one is which.
So yeah, SRG has to pick between first or second here. And then it's all going to come down to that Joy. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, there are still answers, and I think that's what these teams are looking for. That's what SRG is looking for. They're saying, okay, fine, you might counter, like, jungle for jungle you might counter, but we're going to counter your Joy with this, this, and this.
Yep.
But it's a big risk right now with how much of a carry certain junglers can be. And you add that up with the Bruno on top of it, it was a lot of merchandise over to RQ.
And then another element is SRG's going to have to deal with Rins, right? The unpredictability of the mid lanes that he's been picking up so far. He pulls out the Odette, he pulls out the Kadita. And even though they didn't take game number 1, he performed, right? They need to find a way to get him uncomfortable so that he doesn't find these opportunities, these setups that have been massive for RQ Hoshi.
Yeah, and as we're talking about the game, I'm actually looking back, and I see Eterna as well as Poji there on our RQ side. So looks like something's gonna happen down court side. So let's see, Eterna and Poji, are you guys there?
Ladies and gentlemen, are you not entertained? 1-1 right now. It's Eterna here, and we smell blood. And it's not only on stage, because things are getting even heated and even more intense in the audience as well. Right now, I'm with both side community leaders. From RRQ, we have Minda. Hi, Minda.
Hello.
And we also have Bob from SRG.
Hai guys, saya Bob, community leader untuk Selangor Red Giant. Woo! SRG! RSG! Selangor! Yeah! Bob character is like that. Bob character. Oh, sorry guys. Bob.
Dia ceritanya lagi cosplay. He's doing a little bit of a cosplay for the community leader for SRG, is that right? Yeah. Okay. So, Minda, right now it's 1-1. How are you feeling right now? Are you nervous? Do you think RQ can win this?
Yeah, I'm from Malay, Indonesia. I'm here to support RRQ.
All right. What about you, Bob? You think SRG can come back from this?
This is our home ground. This is Malaysia. For sure, we will go to grand final.
Okay. So 1-1 right now, and everybody keeps talking about that this is still a brawl server. So far, for the past 2 games, I'm going to start with you, Minda. Who do you think is better at the brawl server? Do you think RRQ has got it, or do you think SRG's got it?
Kalau saya rasa bukan brawl server lah. Dia orang main bagus. Dia juga main sangat keren. Meskipun di game pertama tadi kena comeback, ya cukup sakit. Cuman dia buktiin kalau di game 2 benar-benar bisa seperti RRQ yang kita kenal lah guys, gitu.
So Minda feels like it's not a brawl server. She thinks that RRQ has been playing really well. Despite losing the first game earlier on, they still are playing consistently and can still play consistent for the next coming games. Okay, what about you, Bob? What do you think, Bob?
Because for me, apa yang saya rasa, because we have already upgraded. Before we are easy server, now we are already at medium server, as been mentioned by Mobazin. So hopefully I just explain best of luck for both team, but I'm more on Selangor Red Giant side.
What's the other half though?
I'm sorry.
It's peeking out a little bit. You want to cover that? You want to cover that a little bit? Okay. I think maybe you should like. There you go. There you go. Can we have a peek? What's inside? The kingdom wants to know. The other side.
Open it. What? Lepaslah tangan tuh bang. Apalah bang nih?
Okay, quick predictions. Predictions, please. Bob, we'll start with you.
It will be a close match, 3-2, but to Selangor Red Giant.
Okay. What about you?
3-2 tapi untuk RRQ Hoshi.
It looks like both are going to be agreeing that this is going to be a close best of 5 match. But before we throw it back to the panel to continue game number 3, let's do a little bit of a cheer battle. How are we feeling about that? Cheer battle? All right. Can we start with RQ? You want to go first? Okay. All right, I'll give you the mic.
Semua suaranya ya guys. Oh macam nih, lihat tengok abang nih lah. Oke boleh. Tahu chantnya tahu? Oke. Semuanya. Viva! Viva! RRQ! Yay!
Thank you so much, Minda. That was amazing support coming in from the kingdom here in Malaysia. What is going on with you, Bob? It's peaking. Close it. Okay. Because we're going to go to, SRG now. All right? Let's walk over there. Can you walk slower for me, please? All right. Okay, SRG, are you guys ready? I'm going to give it over to Bob to lead the cheer battle. We heard from RRQ earlier on. So let's hear from SRG.
Ready ah? SRJ! Saya tak tahu, Bob tak datang. Okey, apa cantik dia? SRJ! 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 Malaysia! Malaysia! SRJ! SRJ! SRG. Thank you very much.
I like it. Very classy, huge support coming in from both of these teams. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to game number 3. Panelists, take it away.
Thank you very much, Eterna and Bob. No, the funny thing is Bob does exist, but that's not Bob. That's not Bob. But you know what? Shout outs to Bob either ways. Interesting coming in from the crowd. Looks like they say they're not Brawl server. They've been playing very well and everything. But I think Brawl server sounds nice though, because it really shows their eagerness to fight.
Ring to it.
Yeah, it has a ring to it.
Man, he looked like he had a split personality out there, right? RQ and SRG, the fans.
Shout outs to the merch as well. If you guys are here at IOI, you guys can get the merch. RQ, SRG. You got both of them. Anyways, we have a quote here. I believe it comes from SRG, but not from the players, coach, or even the management. It's Stormy. Oh, it's Stormy. So 1 win away from the semifinals. He said, personally, being in the lower bracket doesn't scare me or make me nervous. We'll treat RRQ like every other team. Not to underestimate them, but to prepare thoroughly and play our usual game. I've always dreamed of playing on bigger stage, and I hope we can win this match to qualify for the lower bracket semifinals at Axiata Arena. Well, Stormy, Axiata Arena is a pretty big stage, so if you really want to win there, you got to win this one first.
But like you said, it's just another team, man. It's just another Wednesday. It's just another Wednesday. We're just dropping a match at 2 p.m. like it's nothing on a Wednesday, and that's exactly what Stormy's
It's not really 2 p.m., but
whatever,
what? Some parts of the world it is.
Hey, yeah, exactly. I'm a worldly man. So is Stormy.
Worldly man.
He's definitely has a game plan, right? And that's what they're going to stick to for SRG. And I feel like it's what we've been seeing, right? It doesn't matter what team they go against. This plan is still the same, trying to find the opportunities and seizing it. And now, speaking of seizing the day, we got these two Titans fighting it out, and we got to see which way this goes. Is this the last seat for Axiata on the line?
But now we got to talk to Sister Jin here, because we're able to chat him, M-chat, in fact. How do you feel being in your first M series? He said, I feel proud of my teammates for making it so far. I'm also grateful to them. They always help me whenever I make a misplay. He rarely makes a misplay, though, I got to say.
Yeah, Suchidin has stepped it up tremendously, I feel like. And what I wanted to see from RQ was more members being the star of the team than Skylar, and that's what we're seeing right now from RQ, at least in the previous game.
Looking at the stats here, everything is for Suchidin.
Yeah, he's slightly ahead of Sakai so far. Definitely an interesting read, right? A little bit better of the KDA average GPM as well. Any objectives still lean in his favor, but I guess it's not too far out of the ballpark from what we've seen in the series today, right? I mean, even in the very first game where SRG was able to pull through, it was a rubber band effect. Most of the objectives did go into the hands of RQ Hoshi, but where SRG shines is finding that window of opportunity. Cram and Yums combination just being overwhelming, and as soon as they find it, they close the game out, and I guess that's why we're seeing the head-to-head be that way.
That was between the Mercenary against the Sky Prince. He got the moniker Sky Prince during MSC because the best jungler, finals MVP. But now Sakai's, it looks like he's having a hard time getting his footing because it's either MVP or not. And Sakai's really needs to be able to feel a little bit more comfortable in the game. And I kind of feel like he can't do it alone at this point. Yums and Stormy has to give him a lot of space just so that he has more ways to enter the team fight, more ways to really shine as a jungler.
Yeah, I think you bring up a great point there with Yums, Stormy, and Cram as well. I think the three of them need to be able to create that space for Sakai's and for Innocent, right? To be able to make sure that these two big damage dealers are able to set up for what they need to set up. Innocent, in the last game, we saw him finally lock in the Trinity build, but it was just a little bit too late. He wasn't able to really pop off. He was trying, but just not enough. But we're going to be jumping into the third draft.
That's right, jumping into the tiebreaker. Both SRG and RQ Hoshi tied 1-1. And now we got to ask the question, what are we going to do about this Joy, right? I mean, if you pick the Joy up, are we going to go for the hard counters? Are we going to go in for these Fredrins, these Bellerics? If that's a gamble that SRG wants to take, they are going to be on the blue side, which is a 2-pick swing for RRQ. We know that Bruno's been very impactful as well, but we've seen some answers such as the Granger. We've seen Skylar do really good on that, picking up the Sky Piercer super early and just being very effective. But so far, it's been the Joy that's been making the difference.
Well, Bruno banned up, so now
everything changes.
I'm wondering. The Joe hasn't been banned, and the Joy seems to be good on Sakai's. What's going to be the first pick here? Heck, the Jushin, but I don't know. Jushin hasn't been that super hot so far.
No, well, the Jushin did get banned. Jushin's out.
Sorry,
You're
my
good.
bad.
You're good.
Colorblind,
Jushin's out.
colorblind.
Colorblind. I know. Do you even see the gray pictures?
What pictures?
My bad.
Yeah.
He's picture blind.
So,
Always on the way.
I'm wondering, I was about to say, what if they just Joy pick right up front? But then you still leave an opportunity for the Fred. Joe could be solid.
Hey,
Joy
time
pick
to try
right
to
up
beat
front.
him. Yeah, time to try to beat him with Flash.
This is what FNOP did, but FNOP banned out Fred in first phase.
Yep.
So RQ, are they comfortable on the Fred? Are they on the same boat that works out? If they are, either way, I think they definitely lock in Cho here. We've seen them with Bruno gone. Maybe they go for a Wan in here. This has been a popular combo for them on second pick side. Suyo, Wan, Cho.
There goes the blue Yo and the glue. Now, the glue has been effective, even on the Joy. I mean, we've seen just the stuns that it's able to provide, but there's still some counters on the table. I feel like the Joy first pickup's a good read from SRG, but yeah, it's definitely makes it a little bit easier for RQ Hoshi to form some strategies around it. Now, Gold Prio could be into the hands of SRG now with the Bruno being off the table. Could go in for something like the Granger. We'll have to see how that plays out, but I gotta ask y'all the question, what do you think Rins is gonna do here, right? Because we've seen the Odette pull out. We've seen the Kadita be picked as well, and I mean, could be another Odette game.
Hey, he could go for something familiar and just pick up a Valentina. By the way, Trax, I just gotta say, we keep talking about the Frederick. Don't worry. One time.
It might not, but
best of five. One time, maybe one time, we'll get it.
Eventually they gotta learn.
Eventually, right?
Eventually they gotta learn.
I mean, if we go 5 games.
Literally, Joy's won the past 2 games against Suyo, but hey, man. Now, Jawhead's the answer.
Yeah.
Jawhead's the answer to the Joy, so very well done, I think, there.
In a way, the Farsa as well.
Yeah.
Unless you throw your wrong teammate, right?
Well, it's not SRG or Vamos that has the Jawhead, so, you know, odds are in favor of RQ here.
Well, there you have it. You're going to see the Farza picked up as well, so some artillery to work on SRG's side. Now, do they answer range with range as we go through the second phase of the draft?
I mean, when they previously they banned out the Eve as well as the far side. The Eve, I think, is still in quite okay band because it's hard. Like, do you want to ban the Odette? Like, is that a route that you want to go? Because it was pretty effective in game number 1, even though RQ did lose.
Yeah, I don't think you have to ban out the Odette. I think the Farzal ranges it. I think you're pretty good. You can still play for late. I think banning into Skylar right here is important and pretty big right now, and I like the Wan ban. I'm just, the Jawhead is scary at this point, man, and we saw RQ last time already went out in early game in game 1 against Joy. I don't think RQ will make the mistake again of not closing out around that 12 or 13-minute mark. So we'll see. SRG, I want to see maybe a little bit of early game opportunity here, something to kind of help them push and make it through in that early game.
Yeah, we need to see some setups too, right? I mean, we have a lot of damage so far for the side of SRG, but we've yet to see what they're going to slot in that roam position. There's a strong frontline composition building up for RRQ with this Jawhead and the glue alongside it. So maybe going in for something like the high-lows could be very effective. Definitely give you a little bit of room for mobility, especially on these objective plays. Could be a possibility for the side of SRG. And then we also got to see what marksman will be slotted in. They already took out the Wan. Definitely worried about Skylar. And now they're going to take out the Irita as well.
I like that. I like that because that pressures the Farsa as well. I'm really curious to see what roamer will Yumes be using, because going up against the Jawhead, you can get picked off quite early in the game, and then we see what kind of snowball RQ can get for themselves. So I feel like EXP with the Gato being gone, I'm pretty okay with Cram using any kind of hero. I'm just worried about Yumes. What does he have for this one?
It's a tough spot. I think I don't know how well the Hylos is gonna do against the Jawhead.
Called the Valentina, by the way.
Late game turnaround. Valentina's very clean. They get the feathered airstrike. They have opportunity. SRG. Did we see them pick up a Kufra? Like
Yes,
a day or two
yesterday.
ago?
Not super flashy. It did its job, but nothing too
Yeah.
crazy. But
Did it win?
definitely, win.
It just
Against
wasn't as
Happy Flash.
impactful,
Yeah.
but it got the job done. I mean, hey.
I'm thinking about something that, just close, doesn't have to sit in front of a Jawhead, can actually
Wait.
kind of...
The Cho is not banned.
Cho's not banned. They could just go for the Cho here.
Because the Cho has been banned for quite a few games now. I was like, okay, don't even think about the Cho, but I wonder if Yumes even wants it. He does.
Yeah, you heard that.
So it's not you.
Okay, we both got one.
Hey, there you go.
So EXP Cho, Kufra in the roam. Cho against Glue, I mean, at least you keep up in rotations. You can still pressure jungle a little bit. And the way that SRG's been playing the Joy is they'll send Joy down to EXP, and Cram will just be up in mid and top side. They pick up the Claude. How are we feeling about it?
Blazing Red Skylar. We'll see how it turns out, because so far the Claude hasn't been winning that many games, but this is Skylar where we're talking about. So thank you very much, gentlemen, on the panel. Mirko and Leo, I hope you guys are ready to receive the throw, because I might not do it. Nah, I'm gonna do it. It's your turn.
Who's ready to throw? That Jawhead, and of course a few favorites coming in from the way back machine, because we're seeing old Kufra come back, we saw the Claude come back, and what a way to start off game 3 after we went into 1-1.
It's a Farsa and a Granger, right? They picked that up really early, and though it's amazing, obviously, for zoning, you are quite susceptible to the dive. And RQ, they kind of like doubled down on that. They were like, if we want to dive, all of our heroes should dive.
They didn't just double down, they tripled down, they quadrupled down. Every one of them does well when playing in the paint. Over the battlefield, Claude and Dexter look over as we go into game number 3. The Immortal Giants versus the King of Kings. One of these teams are Axiata bound.
Ooh. Top 4 bound for both these teams. Well, for one of them, Skylar on a signature, you guys know it, Blazing Day from Skylar pick.
It's been a while since we last saw him pop off on the old favorite, so this should be a treat for all those longtime King Skylar fans. As for SRG, they brought out this Kufra, which saw play last night. So that was a treat for all y'all Malaysian goat Heads all around. Stormy here, popping the wings of when you play wings early on. And because of that diversion, because of that little sequence, it gave the mercenary free reign over the Little Wanderer.
Sutsujin now able to go for the gold crab too. Okay, secures it with the soul sever. It's Festival Blood and the rupture, so nothing too crazy here. Skylar also quick with it. Warrior boots and tenacity. He knows exactly how much of a bully this Granger can be in lane. So decides to respect it with the common emblem too. More HP and mana regen.
That's
well,
right.
no mana. It's just HP now.
Just HP. Took it out in the last patch. The young king knows that he's going to be trading blows with the half-man, half-beast. Let's talk about the XP lane matchup. What does this look like to you? Dyron on the glue. Played it 3 games in a row now versus Kram's Cho.
I think it's a non-lane. It's literally just a battle for Kram shoving the wave and rotating. For Dyron, same thing.
Yeah, clear, I'm out of here. Clear, I'm out of here.
Yeah, but if Kram shoves it wrong like this, it could be a free situation and he could be punished just like that. I think he might have to miss out on a bit of minions there, but RQ are very quick with this level 4. They want to get it. Yum's already screening Sutsujin in the purple buff.
And that is Stormy hitting level 4 first. Yum stretching out, going the opposite direction. Edok threatening an ejector. Now Sutsujin just secures his purple, making a beeline towards the turtle.
For their airstrike in the mid lane, is this a solo kill? Stormy taken down! Rins, what has gotten into you?
Momentum off of that game to Kadira. Now he's taking names. Heads are rolling. Kram can only watch as RQ Hoshi secure the turtle.
What has gotten into Rins? Sutsujin gets the turtle.
Who is this man?
Who is this man? Rins has been popping off. I don't know if it's momentum, if it's just Rins, the average Joe Rins. Has this just been him all the time in scrims?
Something awoke in this young man after game 1. And this Kadira in his hands. Be careful and make sure that you see what ult he's taken, because I don't think even Stormy saw that coming.
No, definitely not. Didn't expect him to go and steal the feather airstrike, point blank him. It's a mortar, point blank mortar.
Blasted him like 3 or 4 times. There's nothing the Mage Prodigy could have done.
Let's see now. For RQ, it definitely has to just be the slow game. And for SRG, I don't think they want to fight and look for skirmishes around the map either when there are no neutral objectives. So it's literally just going to be a battle farm. RQ leading by only 200 gold. Kram walks up.
The quadruple dive isn't going to come into play just yet.
Yeah.
What RQ Hoshi have walked away with in the first 2 or 3 minutes of this game is literally just stuff that came to them for free. That means they're just waiting for Skylar. The long-term investment, and now Edok gets caught.
Great Titan's Revenge and the range. Stormy gets on the board. Sky stealing
Sky's
the
dapat.
purple buff
Nice.
away, despite the retribution from Sutsujin as well.
That's a big dub for SRG across the map. Now, that's a 3v2. Rin gets a face full of lead.
Purify out. Innocent doesn't have the Death Sonata. Not the last one. There way the dragon. Over. Now Tyron, caught against 5 members, decides to go in. Split as well. The Brave Smite. Does it save him? No, it does not. Kram just Chikundos. Tyron to his demise, to his death.
There were 5 members of SRG there. There was a thin line between dying and getting the mount onto one of them. But truth be told, there was very little reinforcement from RRQ. So back-to-back-to-back engagements. SRG caught them lacking, and now here we go, another one.
Blaze it up from Skylar, ejector, and the flicker. Yum's gonna be taken down. Meanwhile, Sky's diving in deep, getting the electrifying beats over to Skylar to take him out.
That is Skylar for Yums. I'll tell you now, SRG are cooking. SRG looking to take this turtle down to half its health.
4v4, Stormy was traded off. Ooh, that was close. Sutsujin this time doesn't want to be too stingy with the retribution, decides to take it, and that is 2 turtles for the kingdom.
SRG a little more conservative now. They understand that if they overextended here, that little win that they got in those previous engagements would have been nullified. So RQ Hoshi here holding on to the fact that they have 2 turtles, holding on to the fact that with this lane swap, should be a slightly safer go for Skylar going into the mid-game.
Okay, so it's a trade of Sutsujin with a stun over to Skies. Retribution this time. Not too sure who actually got that. If it's Skies on solid force. No ejector just yet. Skies with the red. Oh, he's gonna get retribution and taken down. Skylar is the one who they give the kill to.
So Dyron forced it, guys. Big wins. Sutsujin bullying Kram into that river brush. And look at this. Innocent gets free farm up top. The delayed trade down bottom for King Skylar. This puts him now in a comfortable position, about, what is that, 600, 700 gold behind Innocent, so he's catching up.
It's a turret for turret trade on the board. Edok might be caught again. Oh, Cram, I think walked up a bit too early there. Jones is already charging that Tyrant's Revenge in the bush, and it becomes a failed attempt of a pickoff. Edok will be able to get a bit more tempo around these bushes here. Innocent shot the Rhapsody, so they know their positioning. Rins goes in for the airstrike, catching Rins just a bit. Ejector over.
Nice.
And that is Rins blasted here. No clap
Bam,
back. Yu's
nice.
coming in for the combo.
Revenge and a Rage in the back, so Jinsa able to go for the dive. Yums very low. Mounted on. Tyrant gets the kill back. It is a 1-for-1. Yums for Rins.
Mid for Rome. I'll call it a win for SRG. And RRQ fails to find the clapback. It looks like the call for the King of Kings is to just go for the turtle. It's been working out for them so far, right? Even if they're losing on fights, they go for the objectives, they focus on getting farm on Skylar, and now Dyron finds the engage.
Cram getting poked out for the airstrike, comes down, no Tyron! Might be caught, pops in the split on solid force, and Skylar blazing duet on the Purify! Skylar, BMI backward, Sky!
Nice.
Finding the king!
Balik.
Cram looking for the kick, gets the Purify out, and you!
Nice.
For the Tyrant's Revenge!
Nice.
Now Sky's wiping him out,
Nice. Main ni siap.
Maniac! Half man,
Nice.
half beast, all guts coming through with a late game play at 7 minutes.
That was a wipe out, folks. In the 7th minute of the game, RQ Hoshi tried to battle with the Red Giants, but they ended up getting stomped to the ground.
John Vincent Banal, also known as Innocent, walks into the kingdom, brings out his guns and says, put them up. I'm taking y'all down.
We're gonna get the replay. We gotta watch that for a second time, man. What happened in the skirmish?
I'll tell you now what happened. Yums looked into the future and said, Innocent, I got you. So they got scrambled up over here. Cram forced out a Purify, and then that was the go signal. The green light for Yums to catch two with the Revenge and Rage, and the Innocent to just start blasting people into the back line.
And those were Sky Piercer stacks, buddy. It wasn't just kills. Oh my goodness, Cram almost finding an angle to get Sutsujin, but he blinks just in time. Now, RQ Hoshi find themselves in a situation that they place SRG in both 1 and 2.
If anything, this is a better look for SRG than anything Game 1 looked for the Kingdom, especially for Innocent, specifically for Innocent. What is this, 8.5 minutes in and already 6 stacks? Plus the Malefic Roar built off the back of that Maniac.
Yeah, Skylar's not going to be able to walk up just like that. Rins gets punished too. Yums is healing off of Rins' damage. Yeah, that goal lead is playing a big factor here in game number 3. SRG, they can smell match point already. And for RQ, it's the long game that they have to play with a Jawhead. That's not a good long game.
They have to hold out. And when a Jawhead is forced to hold out, when a Jawhead is used as a defensive tool, that's no bueno. RRQ Hoshi have to find pickoffs. I think counterintuitive to what the situation calls for, I'd say RRQ should, you know, do this, try to get one on Cram, maybe on Sekai's, but it looks like it's a non-starter. Sutsujin isn't even getting his buffs.
Nah, it's not. They can't walk up. Cram actually went for the way to Dragon, though the angle was off. Skies was able to steal away the purple buff, and this is a level lead for the Sky Prince. So for RQ, the big question is the question we've been asking for SRG. Do they want to contest the Lord this time in game number 3, right? They're so far behind, but I think with this kind of composition, they might have to gamble with the Lord contest.
I'll say, just make sure Skylar is in the clear, right? Do the dance if you have to. Put Dyron up in front. Put Edok up in front. He has a flicker, so maybe you can, I don't know, go back to as far as 2021 and TikTok play out of something. Do it to Cram. Cram has been putting himself in harm's way. It's actually Yums who's been hiding in bushes more often. So that's, I think, the reason why these turnarounds are happening. Why that big play from Innocent happens because of the way Yums just caught 2 dudes.
Golden Staff for Skylar. That's the 3-item power spike, but he has been outscaled out of that power spike, I feel, you know? SRG have that snowball building, and that's a BOD that Innocent is almost complete. In 10 minutes, 4th item BOD? Oh, Innocent's gonna hurt.
Before the 12-minute mark, might even be after this Lord spawns immediately, this BOD is gonna be built.
There you go.
There it is. He's just farming, power farming here.
That's a 2,000 gold lead between the gold laners.
Lethal pokes. And look at this, can't even stand in the Y brush.
No.
Dyron is a passive push off camera, but that's all that RQ can get as SRG secures the Lord.
Just one Death Sonata, and you can see how much damage it does to Skylar. If he walks up against a feathered airstrike plus Death Sonata Rhapsody, I don't know, man.
And that's what puts King Skylar in such a predicament. He's forced to build the Wind of Nature ASAP,
Rose
or
Gold?
go this way, Rose Gold. Because at least to him and to RRQ, the real threat is Stormy. The real threat is Sekais. The whole innocent situation can only really happen if everything is set up for him.
Yep.
So, I'll tell you now, this is a solid go. They're focusing on what's important.
Nice.
They catch Edok.
Way of the
Nice,
dragon from Cram. Edok caught all alone.
mati.
Has the flicker, but Skies will just pick this kill up. No flicker necessary from Edok, and Skies just assassinates him. 5.5k gold lead. Cram is looking for more. Doesn't have the flicker anymore, but this should still be a good angle for him to attack. Lord taken. Oh, Death Sonata. Dyron will body block the second shot. Sutsujin is down below.
The Mercenary just on his way back. Holy Shield pop. Wave cleared. Dyron looking for a mount.
Nice.
The feathered airstrike.
That's
mati.
payback.
Nice.
And more. Innocent gets the Death Sonata. Again, the Sky Piercer on him. Cram with the way to Dragon. Over to Sutsujin. This time Skylar with the blazing blue. And again, BMI to the back. Stormy taken down.
And that's more on the docket. Triple right now for SRG. And the trade-off, Sekai's shut down. The assault ends. The siege quelled for now. The kingdom still stands.
3 for 2 in that trade. On top of the 3 for 2 that SRG won, they got the base turret. And that will be the far lane base turret away from the Lord. An enhanced Lord is waiting for SRG and for RQ Hoshi. The longer the game goes, it's getting more and more desperate.
It's still worth it. I'll tell you now, what RQ committed to and got away with, they were going to lose that turret either way.
Yep.
So the fact that SRG are reeling from their loss on Cram, rather on Sekais and so on. Wait, Edok gets an ejector.
Purify away the dragon.
Nice.
Edok gonna be taken down for the airstrike.
Okay, nice.
Oh, Yums cancels it, and Innocent guns him down. Dyron.
He's not gonna get away
Nice.
from this. Yums
Nice.
committing the rage.
Bam.
Popping Dyron's immortality, serving up the triple to Innocent. Oh no, Sekais is in the base.
Electrifying beats from Skies.
Tahu,
RQ still able to get 2 members to survive, but this is 5 of the Giants.
They can smell it right now in the water. Blood for the Giants to scoop up and end right here.
For the airstrike and the way to Dragon
Nice.
over to Sutsujin. The mini waves, it's a big cannon minion. It will be cleared out. Edok walks up with the ejector, now gets Yums as well. Skylar with a blazing duet onto Yums. It'll be a kill over, that's 2. And now the better airstrike. Innocent again will gun Rins down.
The punish. RQ Hoshi kicking out SRG from their base. And once more, the siege ends. Not out of the woods just yet, but RQ Hoshi bleed and fight for this chance to defend.
Now it's 2 for 2. Rins and Sutsujin down. Skies and Yums down. Sutsujin will be spawning back a bit faster. RQ, do they utilize this timing to go for the Lord, to go for a fight? That's a feather airstrike to sneak up on Edok. Cram goes up to Jikundo. Might get caught. Unstoppable force and the ejector over to Cram. Now it's Skylar's damage with Melvic gun in the way the dragon comes in. Sky Piercer also. 1 for 1. Down with the flicker. Innocent gets out. Blazing duet from Skylar over to Stormy. It's not enough range.
Dyron with the split right now, barely alive. Innocent pushing back. Firepower, the answer to firepower. And that's Skylar building up slowly but surely. This Lord looking as contestable, as 50-50 as it gets for this 15-minute match. So far, so good. Rins here should protect himself. He's been caught 5 times now. Has no ideal ults to steal.
Oi.
Stormy keeping himself scarce. Lord now resets here. Where does this dance go?
Goodness.
Sakit.
Look at that.
Siap.
Hold
Oh.
Innocent evaporates Dyron.
Nice.
Now Rins is
Nice,
stuck in
Rins
the
mati.
sight. It's
Susujin
doing
mati.
crazy
Nice.
and a one
Dapat
for
lot.
Innocent.
Nice.
3 for free. The half-man, half-beast has gone hunting. And 3 heads roll. The base. 1 more turret protecting it. Ain't gonna wait for the Lord. SRG marching in.
There's no man. There's just beast. Innocent goes in.
Nice.
With a blazing duet. Shut down by
Nice, sir.
Innocent. That's an unofficial savage for the beast of Malaysia.
IOI erupt as SRG approach match point. One more game for them to make it to Axiata.
You try to catch him. You try to find ways to beat him, but he's too damn innocent.
You can't put down this beast. 19 kills! 19 kills on Innocent! 2-1. RQ Hoshi, their pilgrimage is at trouble.
He broke the most kill record. It was Skylar who had it.
Let's talk the analysts.
With 1906 KDA, I feel like we should skip forward and just say he's probably the MVP. I don't think I need anyone to let me know, because I feel, am I crazy to think that he's the MVP?
Not at all, not at all. You know how you always stay innocent? You never get caught.
Yeah.
In this game, he never got caught, not once. 19-0, that is a brand new record.
Oh, yeah.
We had the trivia the other day. 17 kills was the most in a game.
Whew, and it was
Well,
Skylar.
now he holds... And it's Skylar, so he just he took the record from Skylar as most kills in a game.
He got a Maniac and an unofficial Savage to close it out as well. Talk about a flashy play. I mean, there were so many highlights in just that game alone that I thought we may have seen a Kadena play of the day.
Hey, you know what? Without that Bruno, Innocent feels good. It's like, oh, no Bruno in my face? Let me pull out that Granger. But before we talk more about him, because he's the MVP, let's just make that clear. We can talk about it a little bit more later. I kind of feel like Skylar, in the early stages of the game, he used the Blazing Duet maybe a little bit too aggressively, giving a lot of opportunities for SRG to deal out damage onto him specifically, and then eventually getting all those kills.
I think the problem is as well with the Blazing Duet is sometimes it puts this false idea in the rest of your team's head that, okay, it's time to dive. You know, all right, let's keep this fight going. Blazing Duet just showed up. You know, backup just showed up. And then they stay a little bit too long, and we saw in one of those final few fights after the Blazing Duet, they all try to run away, but SRG just catches up to him. Yumes gets the knock up on 2. The rest of the team able to follow up as well, and that was kind of the big moment where SRG just took full control.
And now we're seeing a shift for SRG, right? It was the rubber band effect in the beginning, but now it's more like we're controlling the early game. We're being the aggressors, and we're just going to win overall on these objectives. We're just going to do better.
Yeah, and Rins as well. First blood, it was great against Stormy, grabbing the far side. Oh, but then after that, not really doing all that well. Maybe it's just because you fought against a Valentina quite a lot of times. You roughly know the patterns. Going up against a Nodet, going up against a Kadena is a little bit more unknown. So maybe that's also part of the win for RRQ when they're using a hero that SRG is really not that comfortable with. It's not like super OP or anything like that. It's just that you don't go up against it often.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. Rin's 1-6-1. I just noticed how rough of a game he had, and Dyron as well. And that's not uncalled for with Dyron, right? 1-6-1. Dyron's very willing to kind of put his neck on the line as long as the rest of the team profits off of it. But it just felt like with Rin's down so low, Skylar is their only damage dealer, and the Claude already isn't, you know, the biggest. He's not a big damn dealer, right? He's more of a shredder, and even that we've been questioning throughout M6. It just felt like RQ had nothing to really lean on as that game moved more and more forward.
Yeah, I mean, Rins was really the opener in the beginning matches, right? With the Odette pickup, the Kadena pickup, and now on the Valentina, just a lot of pressure that did not work in his favor, and you can see a major difference in this game. Innocent.
You know, my wife asked, the Innocent did the most amount of damage because he did 100K yesterday. Well, today he did 122. That's big damn.
You know, what's another thing about that is we see that type of damage sometimes from gold laners. But the fact that he got 19 kills means just about all of that probably landed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just about all of that damage was, I mean, kill damage. And
it's lethal.
Lethal damage,
Yeah.
you know? It's definitely,
Sky Piercer.
Dude, like, I will see a lot of Granger in my ranked games, and I'm not even mad at it. Granger is a fun as hell hero, man. And I believe that Bruno has been respected with the ban. Joy might also be on the chopping block. Or Fredrin finally gets picked up. But now, let's look at the MVP. We already know who it is. Half man, half beast. You can't catch him. because it's Innocent. We see Simon there, but look at Innocent with that Granger. 1905, 122,000 damage. He's too damn innocent.
A brand new record stolen from Skylar's hands there. And at the end, even just, you know, we're dropping the boots. We're going full damage. We're going to finish this game. Sometimes we have trouble closing out games with Granger. Well, not this time.
Just kill everyone.
Just kill. That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
You just kill
That's
everybody.
That's all you got to do. Just be aggressive and beat them to the punch. And that's exactly what you see today from Innocent. And that means that SRG has the advantage for the series.
Match point. Just need one more. But we expect full games here. So RQ is probably watching that game. Kesku is probably watching that game. It's like, I see where we should attack. And that's going to be the turnaround for the fourth game. But now we got to look at some of the highlights coming in from Innocent and pick whatever you want, because there's a whole lot of it. Heck, there might be 19 of it.
There might be 19 of them is right. And even in the early game, RQ Hoshi continues to try to kind of close that distance, but Yumsun does such a good job at just having them focus on him so that Innocent's consistently getting these free shots off. And when Yums isn't able to do it, Cram as well is finding those moments. And this is that big fight I was talking about where the Blazing Duet comes in, RQ Hoshi tries to follow up behind it, but then the turnaround from SRG here, and watch for Yums, the double knock-up, and this is when it's cleanup time for Innocent.
Yeah, RQ dropping like dominoes right there in the funnel toward that top side, and Innocent just on fire. And credits over to Sakai's as well on this Joy, right? Even though it didn't have the hot seat in this game, it was very effective. I mean, he was dealing a lot of damage, which kind of led to those stacked up kills from Innocent.
Yeah, and looking at the highlights, again, Innocent, he has good positioning to stay out of danger, but you see his HP pool go down quite a few times, so he's not afraid to take some damage to dish back some of the damage again. And more often than not, that Purify really helped him out, because without that Purify, I'm pretty sure he got caught like a bunch of times, man.
Yeah, just overall
well played.
A great game and a good position for SRG in this series. Now having the advantage 2-1 up against RRQ Hoshi. What are they gonna do about this, right? I mean, man, who would have thought to take the record away from Skylar with the most kills?
You know, I gotta say too, the Kufra pick also came out pretty clean. It stops sometimes from Dyron being able to engage and escape. It stops sometimes from Suchijin being able to dash through and dash around because of the bouncing ball. It just worked so well. And once again, I mean, it's literally just Innocent collecting kill after kill after kill. And if you have trouble focusing the base, all you gotta do is wipe out all 5 members and it becomes easy.
Dude, like, a few of those clips, absolute cinema, right? Like following the Joy to kill the Valentina and be like, oh wait, the Lord is there. Boom, and then just went for the Lord and got Sutsujin. It's like, dude, he was clean with that. Very clean.
It was just overwhelming, right? There was just so much to deal with. You have the Farza dropping down the feathered airstrike. You have a Joy chasing down your backlines. You have a Cho with the G-Kun Do, not to mention you have a half-man, half-beast on the Granger.
I would say out of all of Arcadia's and Vicky's draft, that might be the best. Might be the best draft from SRG in the M6 so far.
Yeah, I think it was a very, I mean, even up front picking the Joy is kind of, when we started M6, if someone first picked Joy, we'd all be like, what are they doing? Like, what? This is ludicrous. This is bonkers. But now it's like, oh, this is genius. You're a madman.
You're a madman.
Big brain plays.
But now, after 3 games, we're going to give some time for the players to adjust, because possibly might be the final game. So we're going for a 5-minute break, but after this, we're resuming to see who will take this series away. We'll see you guys in 5 minutes. Welcome back, folks, and right now we are at match point. Selangor Giants has a 2-win lead over RQ that has 1 win. This is a best of 5, so 1 more win, and Selangor Giants will get the final ticket to go to Axiata Arena. The question is, can RRQ come back and push us to game number 5?
That's the million-dollar question, and I think everybody is wondering, what is the response back from RQ Hoshi? What is Skylar gonna do and the boys to stop this half-man, half-beast on the Granger and these Joy pickups?
Listen, if I was Skylar, I wouldn't take that.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't let my record be taken.
I'll get 20 kills.
I'd get 20 kills next game, exactly.
Right.
With -1 deaths.
-1 deaths. Right now, let's look at the coaches here just to see the differences between both coaches in terms of their preference when it comes to first pick, second pick, and of course, etc. We have to see the Bruno does get banned. The Joy has to be respected either banned or counter pick. And looking at here, looks like first pick, Coach Keski really likes that first pick, but second pick rate, Coach Arcadia has been looking pretty good. But in this particular matchup, both have really liked that first pick because you get a priority over the Bruno or the Joy. Looking like that's the big pickup. 1 for 2, that one is looking very good.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Arcadia winning out on second, RQ winning out on first, which is really, it's interesting to me. I think that's kind of, it's came more in as we went into knockouts and everything. But I want to look at these top 3 picks because RQ, early on in the tournament, they loved that Cho, they loved that Katapa, but we haven't really seen any of those picks from them in this series so far. It's been heavily on the Glue, and then either the Joy or the Suyo, right? And the Bruno as well. But I think Edok on the Cho really just worked well for him, and I think RQ maybe needs to get back to some of that, get back to some of that possible pick play, some of that possible, you know, attack-type play style.
Yeah, because SRG, man, their foot is on the gas right now, and they're not letting off, and this is different than what we've seen in the first few matches of this series, right, where they were just bouncing back toward the late game. Now they're in the driver's seat.
I mean, it comes back to when Innocent was on that Roger. He's really going for those kills in the early game and then just snowballs out of control. So maybe the Granger is the next Roger that he really likes. And then we see, as long as Stormy has a long-range hero that can back him up whenever he wants to go in for those fights, and then Cram being able to set up as well. The fact that he's shown that he can use the Cho, even though some of those Way of the Dragon is a little bit off angle, but I feel like it still served the purpose. Like, I kick you away from your buff so that I can take the buff. A kill is a bonus, but the buff is really the things that they've been aiming for.
I would say SRG right now, that draft, it's like the master of all elements, right?
Yeah.
You have the AoE from the Farza, you have the die potential from the Joy, you have the damage from this Granger on top of that, and then you have even more die potential with the Kufra pickup, with the Cho as well. Just so much against RQ Hoshi, and they have to find an answer to deny this.
Yeah, right now I want to look at the MVP rankings because here in M6 we just want to see who's on top, and it's Innocent, Skylar, Aaron, Shiki, Kelra, and these 4 people.
Four-way tie.
Four-way tie for number 1. Right now you see Innocent there, but Innocent, Skylar, Aaron, Shiki, Kelra, all GOAT leaders have 5 MVPs, and then you just have Suzuki with 3. And then
So
we have a
Innocent gets it again.
Oh.
He steals that from Skylar as well.
Oh, just taking it away from Skylar. Fun fact, Innocent now holds the record for highest kills, 19 in a single game. Highest KDA, 24 in a single game. And the highest kills with 0 deaths in a single game in the M-Series history. He has 3 records.
All in one game.
All in one game.
Look, if I'm Skylar right now, I'm getting that MVP. I'm telling the team, give me the kills. Give me everything. It's time to put that crown back on.
Rinse. Use Dreadnought armor. Rinse, just use the Athena shield. Let me feel all the damage.
Exactly. Yes.
Syzygen on that box cell or something. I don't know. Give me the kills.
Commanding the lords.
You know what? Let me use the red tree.
So, I mean, that essentially means that we just witnessed possibly the greatest game that Innocent has ever played.
Yep.
Could be the greatest game he ever plays.
If it gets better than this, I don't know what else has to be done. Like, I can't imagine it being better than this.
Yeah, I don't. It's very true. So we are going to be jumping into the draft now. RQ takes first pick, blue side.
Okay.
SRG on the red side. No Bruno ban. Cho ban from the side of RRQ. Hilda, Matilda. Joy still open. SRG's giving him the bait again. Take that Bruno like you did in game 1. We're going to take the Joy.
Yeah, Innocent's like, you know, I'm liking the Granger. Innocent be like, I'm
feeling good in the Granger.
I feel good in the Granger. You know, let me shoot him with violins.
If I'm RQ, I think I first pick the Joy.
I would take the Joy. I agree. But no, they pick up the Bruno. They pick up the Bruno here.
Okay.
So Joy and what did they do last time? Joy Gatad or Joy? Game 1 was Joy. Can't remember second pick. It was Joy. Either way.
Either way.
They go Joy Gatad here.
I feel like
they go Joy Hylos. They go Joy whatever.
All are strong options, but for certain.
Joy Farsaw, was it?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, Joy Farsaw was the first 2 picks.
Or they might have third picked the Joy because they gave it back and RQ still took Suyo.
Oh, yes. Either way. What?
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Potato, tomato.
What am I even here for?
Yeah.
The question is, after this
They're taking
Joy
the time, by the way.
comes up, what does RRQ do?
What if they don't pick it up? Time to try to beat a flash in Granger.
So now if I'm RQ, I mean, personally,
Go ahead.
what I would do at this point is pick Fredrin.
Oh my
Because, you know, it has beaten the Joy multiple times.
Fredrin Glue then.
Fredrin Glue would be great.
Or Fredrin,
Anything
Tigreal.
but Suya.
Oh, man.
And then they pick up a Bane. Actually, Bane might.
Bane could work.
Yeah, Bane might.
I'm pretty sure we saw the Joy get beat by the Bane.
Yep.
Or we saw the Suyo get beat by the Bane. We know the Bane is viable at least.
We know for certain, too, though, with SRG, when it comes to Cram, when it comes to Yumes, they're going to go in for these dive potential heroes, right? They're going to go in for that Gatad. They're going to go in for that, well, the Cho's gone, so there's a little bit of limited capability there, but they pick up the Khalid and the Farza, which means...
They're going for a Bane last pick or something different.
Their mid duel.
They're gonna
is very strong.
4-5, yeah.
Their mid duel is very strong.
And that's viable. I'm not against that at all. I don't think they have to rush because, you know, if you're not going to pick the Suyo, you don't need to rush jungle at this point. You can kind of lock in some other important picks, and Khalid is great right now, especially against the Granger and everything. You can get to that back line, and so it's a nice start for RQ here.
I wonder what does Stormy want going up against the Farsa, because honestly, Farsa has been pretty strong in his matchup so far. I kind of like against Farsa playing range with range, but looks like they're gonna pick up the Godlog first, keeping Stormy's hero a secret, because if he wants, he can still pick up something cheesy like the Veil.
Yeah, we saw that actually.
Yeah, I mean, even a Guinevere could sneak up in here. You never really know what's going to happen. But for certain, we know SRG likes the double dive composition, especially disrupting team synergy. So something that RQ is going to have to look out for. Now, we are looking at the Granger-Bruno combination again. Typically, we see the Granger just be a little bit more effective, at least lately, especially after last game. But as we are moving forward, range with range, that's the million-dollar question right now. Do we go with this Eve to pair up against this Farza, or do we go for something like the Valentina to take the Feathered Airstrike, or do they try and go for something else entirely to disrupt it?
There you go.
At least they know.
They know.
They know.
They know.
They know.
They see it coming. And then after this bad Bane or something, and then forcing out a Suyo.
Yeah. Or like something weird like a Ling or something like that. You force them into some sort of assassin pick there. RQ banning out the Eve. I think on SRG, yeah. I mean, you could definitely ban the Bane, ban anything here at this point, any other assassin, and just hone down even more. Try to force him into.
Maybe as well.
Hayabusa, yeah.
Yeah. So far, Joy, by the way, has a 100% win rate today. I'm just talking about today, but he has 100% win rate in 3 games.
And it's like always against Suyo.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's true.
That is fair. That is fair.
And Suyo's still on the table. Hopefully,
Oh, they banned the Suyo.
Oh,
So they
okay.
still respect it.
They still respect it. I mean, because even in game 1, it almost won the game.
It did, yeah.
Okay, so the Joy walks again for SRG. It's definitely, even though the last game it wasn't in the hot seat, it was the element provided to be able to dive into the backline, and the massive damage you can do in the early phase is just completely overwhelming. We don't really have the roamer locked. I mean, it could be Khalid Rome, possibly.
I feel like Khalid Rome is very strong. Pair it up with the Farsa, almost impossible for you to win that mid duel.
You think maybe we see the Jawhead from SRG here?
Possibly.
Headed roam, something like that. I mean, Cram's been almost always playing the Gatot, so Gatot most likely EXP lane. He's done great on it.
I'm wondering what if just Kufra again?
Yeah.
What if just Kufra again?
Or save roam for last pick, and then
just pick up your mid laner now. Yeah.
Maybe they go Lu Yi here, honestly. They could get crazy and go for the Lu Yi here.
Yeah, the Lu Yi would be a good pickup here for SRG.
I wonder if he wants something like a Xavier.
Some sort of poke.
Some sort of poke, because we saw how Xavier and Granger interacts with opponents, and it's very tough. And they pick up the Edith, so they're still looking at the picks coming in from RQ before considering what Stormy wants.
Which is smart, because they're pulling something away from RQ. If they would have locked in mid, they can still... Bars has already been picked, so they can still save their mid lane here.
Oh, there we go. Hayabusa picked up for RRQ.
Forcing him into the Hayabusa.
Hayabusa is pretty strong against the Joy, but it's also one of those things where it's more of a skill matchup.
At least you have the quad shadows, right? When all else fails, I mean, you have a chance to get the 50-50 on the neutral objective, which could work in RQ's favor. But that 100% win rate today for Joy is something you don't want to take lightly. Final pick for RQ. Finally, we've seen a little bit of an answer, but is it enough to stop this Joy?
It's a good drive, at least. It's a very good drive coming in from RQ. And SRG, they have the final pick here, so they can potentially counter it. The question is, what is the counter? If they just want to go simple, they can just pick up a Valentina and call it a day.
Valentina's solid. You get the feather airstrike, you get a lot of profit out of it right now. Again, could go for the Lu Yi still and try to play macro, try to play the map, try to kind of catch them off guard non-stop. Aurora, I mean, anything really could fit here as long as they're ready to play around it. It just kind of is going to attract a different type of playstyle depending on what it is. But yeah, a lot of things work.
I would even say a Lunox would be kind of fun to watch here, especially up against a Hayabusa.
Yeah, the brilliance.
Flows as freely as the winds.
Oh!
Veil. Called it.
There's the
Call the Veil. Stormy with the Veil. Fits his name. Bring in the Storm. Has a lot of range. Can deal with the Farsa, but I gotta say, the damage is quite high. Thank you very much to our panelists, and time to blow it over to Mirko as well as Leo for this game.
It all comes down to this. One more game for Selangor Red Giants to punch their ticket to Axiara. One more game for the King of Kings to play the game of their life, fighting for the chance to make it to Game 5. It all comes down to this.
It's all on the line now. Stormy on the Veil. We've only seen it once, but like LaFell said, it almost feels like this pick, this hero, is built for Storm E. It's a win, Stormy.
It's a 100% win rate, given the small sample size, but as a last pick, Red 5 pick, it's gotta be the difference maker, and it's gotta be Selangor Red Giants going for the head as they strike down the King of Kings. But if we know something about our RQ, the Sang Raja, is that they don't go down so easy.
We'll have to see in this game. Sutsujin was given a signature pick too on the Hayabusa. It's something we don't see too much of in MPL ID even, but it's always kind of the go-to when they're in a tough spot. RQ will always go back to the Hayabusa of Sutsujin.
Throw in the Beleric into Edok as well, allows for that strong front line from Selangor Giants. Hell, even the Joy in the hands of Sekais to actually just stop, and suddenly, Tyrant caught!
Oh, Earth Shatter from Yums! This time it starts off differently. It's SRG who get first blood, and it's Yums early on. Dyron shut down almost immediately.
Out the gates, the King of Kings stumble suddenly, and we didn't even talk about the matchups, lane to lane. XP, you know the story. Dyron rotated out a little too far. Gold lane, though, they somehow end up with the Granger and Innocent once again.
19 kills just in the previous game here.
In the books.
19 kills was the record-breaking stat, by the way. If you guys are just tuning in, it was previously held by Skylar on a Beatrix in M4. I think it was a game up against the Onic ID team of M4. Sky's walking up, Rins forced to use the wings by wings. But yeah, Innocent took it away. 19-0 in the previous game.
Got to be quite the mountain to conquer for Skylar right now. His record taken away from him. Tournament life at stake in the face of this very hero, this very player, Innocent. Now mid lane, you see that a TKO was put onto Rins there, forced to go back. Is it really that bad? Is Stormy's Veil really that good against even an artillery mage like Farsa?
I guess we'll have to see. Good control from SRG to take it back from RRQ. Cram's gonna be taunted back. Yom's Earth Shatter actually finding Sutsujin. They have more prio over the turtle. Cram is still in the back, trying to go for the AOG. There it is. Shadow kill from Sutsujin. The Retribution as well, claiming it, but they've used a lot of resources. Down the feather airstrike and the Raging Sandstorm from Tyron.
Yum sent back. No ult, no Primal Wrath just yet. And that's a clear win for the King of Kings. Up now by about 500 gold. Tyron pushing them back even further.
600 gold ahead now, RRQ. SRG tried their best to get as much prio on the map. Yums plus Cram, Kacha and Edith is actually a combination that we've seen more in MPLPH in the playoffs.
That's right. These are high priority heroes for the Filipino playstyle. So could this be Coach Arcadia, you know, digging deep into his arsenal going, hey, this combo works. It's such good prio in team fights. You have great disengage. The range and the coverage that you have for your CC is also very good. But Kais here dodging that last salvo.
Oh, you gotta just hold your breath there. Sky's almost falling towards that feathered airstrike. It was almost a good read from Rins, trying to predict the dash, but it was outside of range. SRG, now they're playing on the back foot, right? It's something that they are quite comfortable doing, actually. We've seen game 1 all the way to game 3. Up top, though, it's Yums who picks up the gold crab.
It's this pace that I think SRG will feel more at home in. And oh wait, Yums flickers underneath, saves himself from almost sure doom. I think this is RRQ understanding what I was about to say, that SRG, if you don't push them up against the wall like this, if you don't apply pressure, then they'll just farm up on Stormy, farm up on Innocent, and it'll be the same story. Hell, I'm not even considering Sekais as a core. He's so useful and so used to just playing from the back as a Joy that it doesn't matter. I think the real cores here are still Innocent and Stormy.
He finds those moments in the team fights anyways, right? But I don't know, this time around, how much of a scaler is the Veil? I think that's a question we gotta throw out there. Stormy consistently throughout the wins of SRG in the series has been on the late game picks. Is Veil a late game pick, do we think?
I'll tell you now, he's more of a mid-game power spike because he has the utility that the Farsa doesn't. But at the best times in the team fights, double Genius One.
Double G.
So I think, this is safe to say that mid-game is where Stormy really is going to power spike because of the Genius Wands on both of them. Sutsujin, first item built is the Sky Piercer. Just a passive Fury Hammer. Oh, here we go.
The taunt brings them into the Raging Sandstorm. Cram still able to escape. Sky's in the back, jumping in. Rather than try it, was saved by Edok. And now they get caught in it. Stormy too. It's still gonna be the few of those beats from Skies.
And they retreat. Cram and Skies down to a fifth of their health. In comes Dyron, slashing away. Scimitar to the face. And Cram looking to repair the situation in a different front. Innocent finds Edok.
Oh, he's gonna look for more. That's a flick.
Nice.
And just like in game number 3, Innocent is online very early. That's a double. Diamond's looking for a few more shots. Skylar up top takes the turret. It is give and take. It is always a trade.
RRQ have to lock this man up. Multiple counts of murder from game 3 onto 4 as well, and he hasn't died yet.
Add one more crime to the list. That's a second item, Sky Piercer for Mr. Innocent.
So Hunter Strike in Sky Piercer. The jungler Sutsujin is racing Innocent. And I'll tell you now, the setup for Innocent is so much easier. There's a feathered airstrike, starting it up.
2 big resources. Sutsujin with the Quad Shadow back. He needs to go back in. Oh, the Windstorm finds him. Sky's in the back looking for the play right now. Skylar goes in with the balls as well, but Innocent is still there. Diamond trying to get him down, but Innocent is too damn good. Rins goes in. AOG coming in.
Rins is going to get punished here. Triple for Innocent.
How can you constantly just do this? Innocent 5-0 up against RRQ Hoshi. That's a shadow kill over the Sky. Sutsujin will get the assassination. A taunt over. Stormy with the win.
Nice.
Nice. Crab make sure he stays put underneath that windstorm. Mirko, one might speculate that maybe Innocent has a death note. And he just repeatedly wrote all 5 members of RRQ.
He has a death sonata. Something even better. On command. On demand.
A song.
Let's see. Raging Sandstorm under the turret. Innocent. Oh,
nice.
Doesn't even matter. Where did Dyron's HP bar go? Feathered airstrike over the Yums. At least they get something. But Brother Man, 4 kills. That is a crazy amount of Sky Piercer stacks. Almost with a fadeaway. Innocent. RQ want to chase him, but they can't. They cannot.
Right now, RQ's game isn't break SRG's base. It's dodge Innocent's bullets.
Oh my god, it's a minigame.
This man is packing heat. Bazookas in the left, bazookas in the right. And with 6, I'll assume 4 Sky Piercer stacks, right? 4 ticks of that. Stormy's also just building up. The fact that Stormy can just let go of his kit as RQ Hoshi make the approach, Innocent can clean up. Okay, confirm 4. Got that right.
He's got 4 stacks in.
Approaching 400 Capriccio.
7 minutes.
Approaching 400 Capriccio, yes, and now the Malefic Roar built in. So even Edok, even Dyron is gonna reel.
And now this is great for Innocent. He can just participate in every single team fight. Skylar is so far behind on the Bruno. It's not even close when it comes to the damage that he could deal. Look at that, Skylar's already a quarter of his HP. Dyron walking up. It's gonna be a sliding tackle to evade from Cram, but he's gonna call him constantly. He's going for the chase. Riz gets sniped down again. Sky's in the back. Skylar with a sliding tackle.
Nice.
Sky's like a fight beast, and they can't even punish Skies. Look at the
coming in with Yums. Edok in trouble.
Nice.
Innocent gets another one. 3 for none.
19 kills was just a warm-up to Innocent. He's already almost halfway there. He wants 20.
He wants to break his own record in the same series on the same day. Oh, despite all this. What are those ticks?
What was that? Was that Stormy?
Stormy?
Well,
Wow.
he does not have the glowing wand just yet.
I think that was lethal ignition.
Damn.
That could be. The fact that Sutsujin survived, so RQ Hoshi have to start counting their blessings. SRG now up by about 1,000 and change. And these dirty engages from Cram, I'm gonna call them dirty engages from Cram and Yums, they're just doing enough chaos to RRQ's formation to scramble them to make them forget where Innocent is coming from, because Innocent is doing so well to throw bullets like this, and then look.
Okay, nice.
He's gonna just either go all in or re-engage from a different angle like that.
Okay,
defensive raging sandstorm. That was a show of dominance from Cram, the AOG. Just towards the lane, he's like, I got you. Sutsujin, he's got to be careful. Look at that damage. Skies, he's 1, 2, and 6, but he doesn't look like he's dealing 1, 2, and 6 damage. He looks like he's dealing 6, 2, and 1 damage.
I think that's perspective. The fact that SRG are keeping it low to the ground and their farm is mostly on Innocent, the damage that Sekais is doing with this very small kit is going towards a very soft RQ Hoshi. Sutsujin bullied out of that bush. Holy shield top down bottom. And mid is just about to follow.
Storm! Quick sand guard. Able to body block for Skylar. That would have been Innocent's 9th kill of the game. That would have been another Sky Piercer stack to add onto it already. And by the way, Sutsujin on the other side, we have someone doing really well with the Sky Piercer. Sutsujin has got nothing with the Sky Piercer.
One of those purchases is a regret right now. 3,500 gold up. I think RQ Hoshi are gonna scarce AOG coming in.
That was a windstorm. Raging Sandstorm to the back. Innocent trying to go for it. Again, dove on, but there's no one to follow it up. There is no airstrike from Rins. He used it previously, and SRG just get themselves out of that Raging Sandstorm. Innocent using the flicker.
And now the choke. Watch as Sekai's
Why? What the fuck?
Taken out with nothing to call his own.
Nah.
Cram and Stormy were about full health. Was he trying to juke?
He was trying to play with Stormy. He
holy
probably
defender
knew that
nice.
no one in their right mind would go back. But Stormy knew. He flickered out.
And that just gives Sutsujin another death, uncalled for. Unrelenting SRG here at the gates once more.
Oh man, the poke from the veil is ridiculous. Stormy, an absolutely phenomenal performance. 0, 1, and 6, but all you need to do on this veil is play it clean. All you need to do is put the windstorms when necessary, and then you let Innocent with, what, 60 Sky Piercer stacks now? Do the rest.
Whoa.
Look at that. He has built the glowing wand now.
And that's a bod.
A bod and a roar on Innocent. Whatever Cram and Yums are doing, just keep that up. if this is the pace that RRQ was not expecting to be at. Because what, 3 or 4 minutes ago, they were still on the offensive. Now they understand that the firepower is undeniable from SRG. Look at that, Skylar's just playing footsies, and he's down about half health.
Even more. Another shot from Innocent. Edux next. Seems like whoever walks up will just be caught by Innocent. There's just too much poke, too much range. RRQ gotta get a very decisive fight, but how? How do they even do that? How do they even walk in?
They catch one. Dyron here forced to use the Raging Sandstorm defensively. Watch the angle that Sutujin is coming at. Stormy keeping him honest. Pixel brush empty. Cram finds an engage.
It's just a bit of poke. Again, for SRG, there is no reason for them to engage. They can just go in, walk out. They know Innocent's gonna out-poke RRQ every single time. And this is the slow game. They have a slow push up top. They'll just play with the poke again. Innocent throwing out Death Sonatas. Nothing to lose.
Check this. Dyron pushed out of that brush from Humes. And I think SRG's gonna commit to this. Lord down to 3/5 of its health. Humes throwing out that Earth Shatter. Innocent, long haul poke. Look at the position on Rins. Commits to it.
Rins,
Gets
kenapa
jumped on
Rins?
by Cram.
Ay,
What a
dapat.
snipe from
Siap.
Innocent! He guns him down from the skies! Skylar next to the block, and his hand is inevitable! Enoch running for the hill.
Sutujin.
With a quad shadow. Humes trying to read it out
Nice.
again. Innocent finds the triple.
3 for none. Somebody stop this man. They're about to march in. And SRG can feel it.
No one can do it. He's too darn innocent. Sutujin walking up. Dyron's trying to do the same.
Nice.
And that is one left.
Nice.
And that's a wipeout.
Let's go. Shit,
Another
man.
unofficial
Alhamdulillah,
savage
Allah.
for the beast, for Innocent, as the golden road continues
SRG lawan Team
in
Spirit.
Axiata.
The immortal giants stay on course. The golden
Let's
road
go.
leads to where it all began. Silango Red Giants
Allah.
run through the Sang Raja in a 3-1 victory.
A cold performance, an innocent performance. Lock that in. That is the term you use for a gold lane performance like that.
At the cost of Skylar's
SRG,
promise
let's
to his
go.
old
Let's go. Let's
teammates.
go. Yes, sir. Nice,
The
ya
journey
Allah.
for RRQ Hoshi
Oh,
ends
dah lama
here.
tak rasa macam ni.
The Red Giants will stomp their way to
Dah
Axiata.
lama tak rasa macam ni.
Let's
kat
hear
M6.
from LaFell, Steph Weezy, and
series.
Trex.
The golden road continues. RRQ was unable to stop Selangor Giants, and even though everyone is celebrating, this is unfortunately an elimination match where RRQ just got
RRQ, let's
eliminated.
go.
The kingdom falls.
Congrats,
Skylar
congrats.
will be sent back home, but it was a really good run for them, right? There was a lot of promising
run, good
things
run.
that they showcased
Daripada
in the M
apa ni,
series, and
M-
we hope to see them
M3
next
eh?
time. But
M4,
today's
M4 tak
story is
masuk
all
dalam
about
M6,
SRG.
M6.
Man, this has to be one of the spiciest series we've had so far.
Yeah, 'tis the story with esports. There can only be one winner in the end, right? And RRQ did very well. They made it through. Part of me wishes that maybe they would have been on a different side of the bracket.
Yeah.
But in the end, they had to face up against SRG, a team that seems to be getting better and better and better every single game they play.
Shout out to the crowd as well, chanting RRQ to show respect to the team. They played really, really well. And I think, Trex, you were here when I
nice
said to you
RRQ.
and Brigida, where I think going to the low bracket is a good thing, because with how, I would say, shaky SRG has been, more games can make them a little bit more cleaner. And today, this is the SRG that we thought was coming back from MSC. But now, on stage, we have the members of RRQ alongside with Rose. So we're throwing it over to the stage. Rose, stage is yours.
The Kings of the Kings return to the world stage was already a cause for celebration for the kingdom all over the world. It is unfortunate that their journey has to end here. But IOI Convention Center, join me in giving RRQ Hoshi a round of applause. RRQ
let's go, let's
Hoshi, you
go.
may give your final
Nice try,
bow
nice try, nice try.
in 3, 2, 1. Once again, everybody, this is RRQ Hoshi. Thank you very much. And completing the Greater Four, the Malaysian hometown heroes heading to Axiata Arena, Selangor Red
Giant.
Giants.
Nice.
And right now, I would like to invite Innocent and Coach Arcadia on the stage with me. Hello, guys. Here, onto my left. How are you guys?
We feel relieved because we secured the Axiata.
Yes, you guys secured Axiata. Innocent, how are you feeling?
Masaya kasi na-survive namin kasi sa 12 pa yung flight ng girlfriend ko eh.
Aw,
Tigil
he
ko
said
sa
he's very
tigil sa
happy because his
Angela.
girlfriend's flight's on the 12th, meaning your girlfriend can see you in Axiata.
Nice.
Okay, now, what does it feel like to be top 4? You guys were very shaky in the beginning. Now that you guys are top 4, how is it like? How are you feeling?
I think we're just, because I feel like we're more better when it comes to high pressure games like being in the lower bracket. So I think something like a buff to us. More pressure, we perform better. So we're just relieved that we're now in the top 4 and hopefully we make it all the way to the grand finals.
Coach, you say you like high pressure games, but I'm pretty sure the Malaysians don't like it. Everybody was shaking. Do you guys agree? It's very nerve-wracking, right? Okay, Innocent, do you like stressful games, high pressure games? Can you perform better pag nakaka-stress?
Yeah, because I'm very excited to play high pressure game because it's very, very hard to play and there's a lot of macro, micro, and also the plans of the game because you need to adjust very fast because they might do some unique strategy or something.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really do agree with that, especially in the international stage. We have seen so many games that got flipped out of nowhere, right? Now, Innocent, in game number 3, you actually broke an M Series record. Your Granger with a 1905 KDA. You now hold the most kills in a single game in the entire M Series. From M1 to M6, that KD itself is already a feat. What does that mean for you? Do you think it's something important?
Kasi di ko naman talaga in-expect yun. Gusto ko lang talaga makakuha kami ng momentum kaya naglalaro lang talaga ako para manalo kami.
He said he actually doesn't really expect, and I don't even think he was playing to get 19 kills. He just said they needed to build up momentum so that they can continue winning the game. Now, how does this mean as a gold laner for you? Is this milestone very important heading onto Axiata Arena? Has it set you a good momentum yet?
I think because on our first 2 games I didn't play really well. That's why I think that helps me a lot. Our last 2 matches, yeah.
Okay, we can see that it paid off really, really well. Your Granger is definitely something else, and everybody around the world definitely agrees. Now, Coach, for the first time in M Series, the top 4 consists of 4 teams from different regions. What does this mean for you in terms of the MLBB scene across the world?
I think in a competitive perspective, I'm very happy because it just means that all regions are stepping up. So it's something healthy for the industry and we hope that this trend stays the same until the next international tournament.
Do you like it when there's a lot of regions trying to fight for the championship title?
Yes, I think it's if you're someone who's really competitive, it ignites your fire better. Yeah.
I agree. Okay, now, yesterday, before the little incident or fiasco with Stormy and Humes, I'm pretty sure you all know what that's about, I asked Stormy, how confident is he that you guys will be bringing back Malaysia's first ever world champion trophy? He said 120% confident. Innocent, do you agree with this? Are you also 120% confident?
For now, I think it's 150%.
Game by game, match per match, the confidence is increasing. Maybe you can share why you're 150% confident?
I think we already found our play style. That's why we can play really well.
Coach, what about you? How many percent confident are you? You're usually the humble guy here.
Yeah, I think 100% we will give our best. Because,
Okay.
like how we always do every single day, not just in tournaments but also in training. These kids really gave their hearts out every training, so I'm proud of them.
Oh, that's so cute. All right, now we can see a full house, and just now in that last game, the entire arena was cheering for you guys. Do you have anything you want to say to the fans who have come today to support you guys in the arena and across Malaysia?
And I just want to thank all that came here and you for always supporting us. And I want to thank my family and my girlfriend. See you at Axiata Arena.
There you have it. See you at Axiata Arena, because the next time we will be seeing this bunch will be at Axiata Arena. Congratulations to Coach Ark, to Innocent, and to SRG for completing the Greater 4. Let us right back to the panel to break down what happened in this amazing, crazy match up against RRQ Hoshi.
Nice.
Innocent look very confident. But I gotta say, if I got 19 kills, and then afterwards I got 13 kills, I would be that confident too.
I'd feel invincible.
Yeah.
Like I could win the world championship.
Something like that, something like that. But now we gotta talk about the game where this time, almost the same kind of thing. Outrange, and this time it was Stormy using that veil. Not really, how do I say this? It's not super flashy, but we see that he actually brought trouble through Hayabusa. Like, Hayabusa tried to go for the skills, and then Stormy just like, sup, buddy? I'm here. I heard mages counter Hayabusa. Time to test that theory out. And, dude, he did well.
Yeah, normally the story is more on Cram, right? Getting those setups in Yumes, but I'm right there with you. I think Stormy definitely shines in this one alongside Innocent on that flawless gameplay yet again on this Granger. This is history in the making, right? A milestone for SRG, and also a highlight and an achievement for Innocent with the highest kills in this series for the M6.
Before we get into this, just to let you guys know, the highest Malaysia has ever been is 3rd place, and that's M1. So SRG right now are, you know, in the 4th place seeding. The higher they go, the more that they can beat records again, beating Toda what they previously did in M1.
Yeah, it's quite the achievement for SRG. They've definitely become, you know, like the golden egg. And I like how you guys have been focusing on certain players. For me, it goes back to when we first started all of this. Everyone on SRG performed today.
Agreed.
There was even some final plays there, I think, on the last Lord where Cram zoned away Skylar, and like it seems like every time throughout a game, I am saying at least one of their names during every fight, and it switches around, and that, once again, I feel like is what overcame our queue today, right? Like, yes, Innocent stole the show, but all 5 of these players showed up and did their jobs to a T. Sekai's on the Joy never lost, right? I mean, just overall was monstrous.
I'm looking forward to what strategies will be come up on going up against SRG, because their next matchup against Team Spirit, I'm pretty sure a lot of respect bans will be held there, and we'll see how both teams try to fight it out. Now looking at RQ going up against SRG, unfortunately Skylar was not able to really dish out anything in this game, but like you said, Trex, everyone did basically everything. Where Stormy handled the front lines, Cram, Skies, they handled the back line. So we can really see that there's a squad here. Squad A, Squad B. Squad A go to the back lines, Squad B handle the front lines.
Well, we gotta also ask the question, like, there was a record to be broken in this match. Do y'all remember?
Oh yeah, the MVP record.
The MVP record.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
We'll have to see as we get to that point. But nonetheless, man, overall, it's hard to pick a specific hero like Trex mentioned, or a specific player. If I could give the full team MVP on this one, 100%.
We don't give participation
I would do it,
trophies
but
out.
you're right. There is no participation trophies here. Overall, just some great gameplay. The Joy still with a 100% win rate today.
Honestly, with Innocent doing that well, I feel like he will be the MVP. But remember, another name on that list was Aaron Shiki, which, a bit of a spoiler, he'll be playing a little bit later. But now we got to look at our MVP, and once again, you know who he is. He looks guilty, but really, his Innocent, half man, half beast, was the Roger player, but now on that Granger. Death Sonata all the way.
Just a monster, taking the counterplay with the Granger to the Bruno to a different level. And overall, I mean, for a lot of us, I feel like the Granger has kind of been still kind of on the teeter-totter, wondering whether it's really as good as it looks or whether it's not. And also questioning builds. Is the War Axe worth it? It seems like the War Axe is no longer worth it. It is Sky Piercer or nothing at this point. You're looking to gain momentum, as Innocent said, and he did it perfectly. Plays the hero to a T. I mean, I think we're going to see a lot more Innocent Granger as we move on to Axiata Arena.
Unless it gets banned.
Unless it gets banned.
Just say it.
Then it's just Bruno.
Then it's Bruno, yeah. Now we got to look at some of the highlights here. And again, this is the SRG a lot of Malaysians are waiting for because everyone played clean, right? Every once in a while we see 1 or 2 guys making mistakes, but here, everyone is doing their job very, very nicely.
Yeah, you heard Yoom say it, right? He said 120% confident that they're going to be pushing forward in this M Series, but that number continues to rise. Innocent now saying 150%. Yeah, Coach Arcadia gives the traditional 100% response, but nonetheless, anything over 100% is a guaranteed win, and that is what you see today through these MVP highlights. Just total synergy. SRG, the further they go, the composure is being built, the synergy is getting stronger, and now earning that 4th seat into Axiata. What are they going to do from here? Are they going to be able to rise higher, beat that record, and potentially have the home court advantage and win the M Series title?
Personally, I do hope so, but yeah. Absolutely clean game, and I like how Cram opened up, like he paved the way for Innocent to come in. Like as a Joy, it can be very daunting to go in because you can't get caught and then you will die. So Cram is just like, you know what? Let me clear the way for you. Let me give you a straight line, and then you just go and do your thing.
Yeah, the moment he gets the taunt, somebody's jumping on, right? And then even if Sekai's goes down or has to get out of town really quickly, they do their job of splitting up our queue there. And, you know, SRG just, the way that they're executing these fights, it really feels like they are a contender at this point, right? They started off so shaky in the beginning of M Series, and now I'm watching them play, I'm watching them play for late game, and now we're finally seeing them even win out early game, from the draft to everything. I mean, they're becoming the full package again.
As they would say, now they're getting the momentum, right? Once you have the momentum, it's looking very, very strong. And just to let you guys know, that's not the end of the day, right? We have one more match coming up next. Before that, we would like to say thank you to everyone for supporting M6 and help us continue to grow better, stronger, heck, greater than ever. Scan the QR code and let us know your feedback, and we'll try our best to make sure that you guys have more enjoyment watching M6 and hopefully all the events in the future. And just to remind, we do have TLID going up against FNOP after this for the grand final slot, minimum top 2. But before that, we do have to say thank you very much to Secret Lab, because let me tell you, folks, like having Secret Lab, I'm talking from my own personal experience at home. The chairs here are great, but I sit on that thing every single day, and let me just say, it makes my work hella amazing. Like, watch partying on a Secret Lab chair for 8 and more hours.
I wouldn't know.
It doesn't feel stressful. Doesn't feel tiring.
Must be nice.
It's very nice. You know the thing about Secret Lab is?
What's that?
You know how Asian parents are always disappointed with their children? My parents have never been disappointed with me ever since I got the Secret Lab chair. They've been like, son, you good. Secret Lab, nice. My dad's not Japanese, but you get the point.
My daughter makes fun of me every time I sit in my regular gaming chair. And she says, why don't you have a Secret Lab chair, Dad? And I go,
because of you. No.
Oh shit,
Don't miss M6 Battle Line, happening December 28th to 29th. Enjoy exclusive bonuses, including a limited time 25 epic skin trial and all hero trials. Sorry for that one. I just had to say it.
You know, I think it's insane that we're only halfway through the day. It's just getting wilder.
Yeah.
The higher we climb. And Trex, I do hope you get that Secret Lab chair. Hopefully I'm right beside with you. I'm right there with you. I'm sitting in an old chair at home, but here in this
and
event,
then you can make fun of your daughter.
And you know what's the perfect thing to do inside of a Secret Lab chair?
What?
A tournament. A tournament that everyone can join us here.
Yep, the new MLBB Rising Open mode is about to launch. It features lower entry barriers, simple participation methods, flexible mechanism, and abundant rewards and honors waiting for you to claim. By participating in matches, you can earn exclusive tournament honors to display on your personal profile and profile name card, showcasing your skills to the world. Every time you win the weekly championship, you'll receive generous rewards. Win or lose, you'll earn MRO coins that can be exchanged for permanent skins, exclusive avatar borders, and other valuable rewards. We hope that MLBB Rising Open brings you a fresh competition experience, continuing the passion and excitement brought to you guys by M6. Hashtag Mobile Legends, hashtag MLBB Rising Open, hashtag greater than ever, hashtag MLBB M6.
There you go. Can't forget the last one, right?
No, I just couldn't see.
Colorblind.
Anyways, coming up next.
Knockout bracket time.
Nah, just shut up.
You should be happy. Look at that
Shut
knockout
up.
bracket.
Yeah, look at that knockout bracket. Anyways, I feel like we have to pay homage to the teams that unfortunately have been eliminated. NIP Flash, Vamos, Falcon, and unfortunately RRQ as well. A lot of eliminations has happened so far, and more will be eliminated later. But going to Axiata Arena, our Selangor Giants going up against Team Spirit. Winner moves on. Loser, unfortunately, goes home. And today, we're about to see Onyx Philippines going up against TLID, where the winner goes straight to the grand final, and the loser goes down and will face either SRG or Team Spirit. Whew.
Man, it's a lot on the line. 4 different regions still standing strong for the top 4.
Oh, this is a
You feel it, huh?
Oh, I feel it.
Feeling it?
It kind of snuck up on me, you know? It's like out of nowhere, it's like, oh yeah, this match right here, the winner's gonna be in grand finals. And I'm like, wait, what? Already? This is
in grand finals. In grand freaking finals. Either Onyx or TLID. Going up straight. Skipping a few matches here. And I believe SRG and Team Spirit, even though they're facing up against each other, but they're also watching me like, who am I possibly going up against? And that's scary, because you don't want to go up against Onyx or TLID.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison.
Yeah. With that being said, after this, we are going for a break, preparing for the upcoming match. Now, SRG, that match was amazing, but this is to be the grand finalists. We'll see you guys in the match of TLID going up against Fnatic Onyx Philippines.
Fish versus TLID.
role.
Whatever it is you want to believe, let's again!
But how do these roles work together on the world stage?
Going Sons, who picks up the
Mid laners and roamers are the bedrock of the team.
Looking for the knockup, not able to find it. Sensui wants more, takes him out.
Whether it's picking beefy tanks, mages, or sustain, together they provide crowd control and damage in the early game, making space for the team to farm or secure objectives. Then we have the EXP laners, usually playing tanky heroes. They poke and zone the enemy to create opportunities.
All right, let's see another fight commences here. Gear goes in. It's going to be a lot of damage plays.
While the roamers pick to fill the team's needs and support if needed. EXP laners must win their lane and protect their tower with aggressive, confident play, ensuring map control for the team.
Ooh, final slash.
Finally, we come to the junglers, the early to mid-game finishers, and the gold laners, the mid to late game finishers.
Irie, the god in the jungle, takes a double kill.
For junglers, whether it's frontline tank utility or assassin early game assassin burst, they form the core of the team. They act on the space created by their team to finish off objectives, utilizing power spikes with the early game advantage they get from farming the jungle.
Should be a retreat from the Burmese Ghouls, and they get sent down into the ground.
Gold laners focus on farming for gold to become late game monsters.
1v3.
They are savvy observers, staying out of trouble and positioning well to deal the most damage with their fragile heroes. Do you agree? How would you describe the roles that make MLBB greater than ever? A new era begins at M6. But who are the rising superstars leading the way? In Latam, Maycam Evolve emerges as the new gem of the region. With Aurora's fierce adaptability and rookie sensation Super Nahuel, the Dynasty Enders made history, toppling the undefeated RRQ Akira after a 2.5-year reign. At MTC Turkey Championship, S2G Esports rises as a new challenger. Led by Sigibum's superstar performance at the gold lane, Pagu's playmaking, and Begin's rotation, they are ready to shine on the world stage. In their M-Series debut from MPL Cambodia, CFU Gaming is ready to strike. With M2 veteran Poppy and core members Detective, Z, and Wadu. Can the Sharks are primed to make waves on the world stage? Returning to the M-Series is RRQ Hoshi, the Sang Raja.
Looking for a trade as he finds the triple. Looking for the maniac.
Reinforced by Sutsujin's lethal skill, and led by Skylar, this squad of young stars is on a mission for global dominance. The Indonesian cavalry made a bold gamble by swapping their lineup with MDL rookies. Uncovering gems like Fabian, the deadly jungler, a calculated roamer in Witty the Wise, and King Eronshiki, the next level gold laner. Team Liquid ID rises as a new M-Series challenger.
The double, the Roy goes down one by one. It's a maniac.
MPL PH Season 14 saw the debut of Aurora Gaming, with rising gold laner Domeng and MSC 2022 champion Demon Kite.
Welcome back to the M6 World Championship knockout stage. My name is Rose and I'm about to introduce to you guys the last match of the day. Brace yourself for an electrifying best of 5 match where the front runners of a new legacy is about to duke it out to clinch the first ever grand final slot that will be held at Axiata Arena. Now guys, these two teams are no new rivalries. However, the stakes has never been higher. The champions of the Philippines going up against the champions of Indonesia. Super Family going up against the Young Battalions. New faces, new teams, but the rivalry is just as fierce. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls across the world, I know that you guys cannot wait for this amazing matchup. So, without further ado, Fnatic Onyx Philippines going up against Team Liquid Indonesia. Teams, this is your moment to be greater than ever this M6.
As a wise man once said, King Kong, I want to solo kill you. And now we're at the point where that could happen. TLID going up against Fnatic Onyx Philippines. Champion versus champion, man. Like, you would have thought this is one of those things that you see in the grand finals, but no, this is the fight for going to the grand finals.
It's the Stallions up against the Super Family. You gotta decide who's gonna kind of reign superior in this. Is it gonna be the Philippines? Is it gonna be Indonesia? You know,
hey, let me just say, from I think ever since M2, Philippines has always been in the grand finals. So as long as Fnatic Onyx Philippines can win this one, they keep the legacy alive. And if they don't,
most of the champions have always won. Filipino champions have always won from lower bracket. Every one of their wins, I don't know, was Bran a lower bracket? Was M2 a lower bracket win?
I think so,
I want to say every single one of their wins was a lower bracket stomp. So, do they need the mummy dust, right? Do they need to lose here to be able to take home the trophy?
Honestly, I do believe for you to win, you have to lose first. I mean, like, personally, I've taken a lot of L's in my life, and I'm happy where I am right now. So, legit, this is one of those, like, this whole tournament, it's a marathon, right? Like, even SRG, they started off slow, but now they're looking strong. Both TLID and Fnatic on the Philippines, they look very strong, but between both of them, I would say TLID lost a little bit more earlier during the Swiss stage, and now they're looking stronger than ever.
Yeah, we got to see them actually face off in the Swiss stage, right? And it worked out in Fnatic Onyx's favor. But now this is a different story. This is a best of 5, and we'll have to see what both teams bring to the table. But even if we go just this week, right, we got to see them both previously, yesterday actually, go in their best of 5s up against Falcons with FNOP, and then on the other side, RQ up against TLID. Both of those went to a game number 5.
And you know, FNOP was pretty dominating in the beginning, to whereas on the other side of things, the side of TLID started off a little bit shaky, and as they moved forward, TLID seemed to get stronger and stronger and stronger, to whereas FNOP has kind of dropped a few more games, right? They don't seem as prime form as they did in the beginning of the tournament, and I feel like if there is a time for TLID to take a win, it's going to be now.
First of all, I gotta say thank you very much to Kadia, because Kadia's gaming and esport district unites gamers, communities, and fans across all genres and walk of life. Heck, Kadia has seen it all ever since MSE. They've seen teams rise and fall. Trex, let me just give you one thing that's very special for Fabian. He's one of the only Suyo players to win against the Joy.
Oh,
let me just put it out there. And it was against RQ. It's like Suyo Joy is like, okay, maybe Fabio will lose. Nah, fam, he win.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see.
This is King Kong.
We'll see. This is King Kong.
This is King Kong.
Probably one of the best junglers right now in M Series. Just a complete beast, but he's got a target on his head right now. He's got a certain other player coming for him, you know? He's got a certain player that wants to solo kill him in the lane.
Fabian, the favor fave. You want to try saying it? Lower your voice. Point
King
the camera.
Kong.
Yes.
I want to kill you.
No, it's like I started. I want to solo kill you. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
I practiced for a bit. The solo part is the important one. He doesn't want friends to help him out. He just wanted to be a 1v1, like a Ling Hayabusa, and then see.
Meet me at the purple buff at 3 p.m.
You know what? Lord fight.
Wednesday.
No one is there.
Yeah.
You, me, Lord.
Me, you, Lord.
And Red 3 don't use. Just to put it out there.
We just let the Lord hit us and knock us off. We don't actually hit the Lord ever.
The knockup, come up, don't dodge. Take the knockup.
Exactly.
Now that's more of an EXP kind of thing.
Yeah. That's a Kirk and Aran.
Exactly.
You know what? We're actually both going to play EXP laters today.
Yeah. You know what? Just to remind, like, what are your thoughts, Weezy, here? Because this is one step closer to the grand finals. Whoever wins this one, so far again, in M Series, from the lower bracket, looks like having a better chance of actually going to the to win the grand final.
Well,
but either ways, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, for me, you know, I think everybody's asking the question, who is stronger, right? Is it going to be the Super Family? Is it going to be the Cavalry? We got to see it in the Swiss stage. It was definitely a little bit of a challenge for Indonesia. Fnatic Onyx just was able to dominate. But again, this is a best of 5, and now we're going to get a little bit of a sneak peek on who is actually a little bit better when it comes to these engagements and these objectives.
Becoming greater than ever. A step closer to the grand finals. The Super Family against the Young Stallions. This is one of those games where you feel like should be in Axiata Arena already.
We might get to see it again in Axiata Arena. Very, very possible. But what's also crazy and what matches this so well is none of these players have an M Series championship on their belt, right?
Yeah.
None of these players have done this much in their career. This is all fresh new ground to them. This is holy ground to them. This is setting sails to new lands, something they've never seen or played at this level before. And it's just, you know, it's so hard to even fathom what this means to all of these players right now.
So what do you think? Like I heard Trex's take, but what is your take?
I think when it comes to both of these matchups, right, King Kong, we know he's just super dominant inside of the jungle, and it can definitely be a problem. Super Prince, the mid lane matchups is going to be an issue as well. All of these players from both regions, they're heavy hitters. They're heavy swingers. There's no secret when it comes to the top 2 regions. Everybody always mentions the Philippines.
Yep.
They always mention Indonesia. But even in this entire M Series, now we have 4 regions going to Axiata, not 2.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to ask the question, are these the top 2 swingers, or are we going to see SRG or Team Spirit hit a little bit harder?
Honestly, focusing just on this matchup, I really want to see the draft here because just like what we've been seeing, the Joy has a 100% win rate for today so far, and the Joy is King Kong's favorite hero, where I believe that his name really derives from the Joy. So I'm wondering if TLID will let that go, where Fabian is just like, I don't bet any of his heroes. Just let him have whatever he wants. In return, let me have whatever I want, and then we'll see who's the better jungler. Like, I don't know if the players can convince the coaches to do that, but you know, I'm just putting it out there.
I mean, I think both teams have definitely figured out the importance of the Joy, have figured out the importance of the jungle back and forth trades. We saw FNOP learn it against Falcon, and I think we really just saw the coach of SRG learn it down. So TLID is the only one that we haven't really seen go for these trades, but if you've been watching, I don't think TLID are slumps, right? I think they'll be ready for these trades. I think they will be able to approach the draft correctly, at least hopefully. If not, they'll learn by game 1 or 2.
I mean, like, one of TLID's best draft. Suyo, Granger, and then a long-range mage, right? There's so much poke coming in from the Suyo, the Granger, as well as we've seen the Xavier, we've seen the Eve, right? Maybe they have something else. We've seen the Novaria. Like, these kind of drafts make it so that there's almost like they're not even fighting. It's one-sided. I'm just throwing out all the damage, and all you can do is accept it. We do have to see if they can pull off that draft against FNOP, and if they can pull off that draft and then win with it. FNOP, they got to find some kind of answer.
You know, something that sticks out to me, too, for TLID, even in their series up against RQ Hoshi, one of the struggles was Aran, right? Getting something, forcing him to play something like the glue and not letting him have that Hilda that he's very dominant on as well. Could be a game plan going forward for Fnatic Onyx. And, I mean, there's just so many heavy hitters on both sides. It's just going to be highlights everywhere. If we thought the Kadia game, play of the day came from the last series,
I mean, 19 kills. You know,
I don't know if that's getting beat today.
yeah, it's like that Mania was pretty insane. So if there's a Savage, now that's the only way.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
If they get a Savage, it's like, okay, you know what? Fair. You get it.
Who do you think is the highest chance of getting a Savage?
King Kong.
Yeah, King Kong.
Not Aaron Shiki?
You know what?
Kelra?
I feel like Kelra is a good shout. How about this? Let's talk about it behind the scenes, because I feel like I need some time to really figure this out. Heck, you know what? We all can have that time, because we're throwing it over to a short break, making sure that all the teams are ready for this amazing matchup, the fight for the grand final slot. CLID, FNOP. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
Pahal gelap nih. Halo. Black screen oi.
juga. Halo. How are you?
Dream Team Alliance rules. No self-voting. You cannot vote for yourself, and all pairings must be agreed upon by everyone. One player per team. Only one player can be selected from each team. Role consistency. Players must stay in their assigned roles. Team name and justification. Name your Alliance Dream Team and explain the reasoning behind your selections.
I think this is the first time I've met both of you, right?
Yeah. Speak English.
I know he already. I know Sky top jungle. How about you, think?
Top jungle.
You is God in Godland. For real.
You trash talk mainstream.
Yeah, because you jago sangat lah. Your gameplay is good game in there.
Okay. Question. I think now have
Still.
Still easy server.
Who you want to take in jungle? Maybe take King Kong in jungle, so now take Super Mako.
Want to choose Skeldra because Skeldra the individual mechanic is good.
It's probably the best of the rest.
I don't like Nets.
Why?
Because he's so noob.
For a gold name, we choose Skeldra.
I don't like all player because he's cannot champion in my country.
Okay, I think we need to discuss 3 player, right?
Yeah.
We need to choose one player to go out. Kick the player first. Okay, Babazin go first because you choose my teammate, right?
Oh, yeah. I think he's the strongest here.
So you
Strongest on table right now. I think I beg to disagree. I like Yums more. I think Yums is more good than Zorn.
I want to kick Yums lah.
Kick Yums?
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
You agree?
Yep.
How about you?
I think I want to kick Zorn.
So our vote is kick Yum first. So we need to put
Okay.
out Yums. Sorry dia makai. I don't want Zon because Zon is my teammate, right?
Yeah.
Because Zon for me only.
I think it's also the same for me. I think I'll pick Zorn because he's not my teammate.
How about you, Bazin?
So I get to choose. You're the verdict. I'll put Zorn.
So Zon.
Our prince. Yeah.
My same to me. I think Rosa.
Rosa?
Yeah, nice.
He's super slave.
He's perform all hero like
Yeah.
unexpected. Yeah.
Especially his
Lilia.
Valentina.
Yeah. Lilia, Valentina. He does 2 backline so fast. I don't know why he can do this. Yeah.
Okay.
For me, Rosa too.
He's here?
Troubleshooting eh.
Yes. What do you think?
Oh, I like. Like ini apa?
Nanti kalau
Away Venus.